out there that's listening, you can hear me. We're gonna get some of this stuff worked out. It's been a minute since I've been streaming, so stay tuned, and we were gonna get live here in a moment. So hold tight. To do your homework at 7:30. Put it off till 7:30.
I was told by my handler, don't talk on this without shove my foot in my mouth. Just don't do that. Just move on. Move on. It's done. How could you even think that just because I was in charge of policy with Ukraine as vice president, and just because
no, you're not doing it tomorrow night, right?
told the government that if they didn't fire the prosecutor, that
no, you'll start it at 1. You'll start it in the afternoon.
My son was involved in getting paid $50,000 a year, and he didn't know jack, did he?
You got all your homework to do there. It's going to put it on all of us, right? Yeah. You're going to have to call mom and find out what she says. So it's up to her.
Even though I sat and I bragged about the fact I got this guy fired, and I told him I wasn't going to give him money unless they did what I said, how can you think that I did anything wrong? This is just such a dumb question.
Oh, yeah, I got to figure out what's going on here.
All these other social media platform people say they struggle with figuring out where the line is and how to, we believe hate speech, but we also want to promote free speech discussion. It's very simple. It's very simple. All you got to do is follow the Constitution. Follow the Constitution. Follow the Bill of Rights. Follow the First Amendment. Be elected president. She said, Senator Kamala Harris said that if she is elected, she will give Congress 100 days to act on gun control. If they don't, she'll take matters
Happy New Year,
She said,
Global.
wow, that doesn't sound
Having slight technical difficulties, so just stay tuned, or stay with me, guys. Here, we'll get this up and fired up here in 5 minutes. It's been a minute since I've done this, so I forgot what I'm doing. Kind of funny. What's up, Rational?
Yeah, not a lot, mate. How are you?
Click to share screen. Can you see anything yet, dude?
Side note, the Democrats months ago were saying there was no crisis.
It's been so long since I've done this. Can you see me? I can't see you. Is your camera on?
Yeah, the camera's on now, man.
Okay.
Can you see me now?
No, I just had your rat wrong. I can't see you. Oh wait, there you are. Now I got you. Now I got you.
I forget you have to turn the video on.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to know how though.
Here we go.
Let me go into studio mode here. So
We won't get into that either, but I'd like to just make that note that that's just hours before on Saturday. A shooter
hang on a second, man.
You're right.
shopping center. There's an issue of public corruption in New York State. And there's an issue of public corruption in New York State. That's right. Apparently, Snapchat stepped on the social justice warriors' genomes or peanuts or what have you. Apparently, Snapchat's new gender swap filter is causing problems for the social justice warriors.
You there, man? Sorry.
Yeah, mate.
I'm getting all this worked out. It's been so long since I've done this that
It's all good, man.
I'm trying to do just your
How social justice
just your
become a religion. It's quite literally a religion. And I know religion. I was raised in the church. I went to Bible
there we go.
college,
There we go.
degrees in theology. I know religion, but the other one just killed a couple more people.
All right, perfect.
Is also out there. He was a white supremacist.
How's my volume?
It's good. It's like you're stretching out there. Okay, cool. Good, I got you there. All right, I got to turn you down again.
Transracial and transgenderism and similarities I see between them. My dad, we let a sex offender, a child sex offender, dressed up like a girl, redid a kid. That was probably not the best thing we could do, and we're sorry. That was great. They nailed it. Soy boy is 110% organic, non-GMO,
And there's no need for anyone to think that is unacceptable. We're gonna shut
All right,
them
all
down.
right. So you hear me again?
With whoever it is, shut them
You got me?
down, and they will
Rational?
prosecute. You can't
Rational.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I just want to. I'm sorry. I'm just making sure everything is working here. And
You're a bit quieter than the music, so it's a bit hard to hear what you're saying.
okay, yeah, I'll be louder when we get going here. Why isn't it shooting it out to Facebook? Oh, maybe it's over here. Oh no, that's the different one. I'm sorry, dude.
It's all good, man.
Okay, so what we need to do is this. What I need to do is this. Oh, Facebook's offline. That's why. Okay. Okay. That's why. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to do this. Put this over to Facebook like this. Bring people in from Facebook. It's, this was rushed because
I'm not gonna respond to that. I already used too many words. I was told by my handler, don't talk.
Okay, so,
Just don't do that. Move on. John, how could you even think that just because I was
okay, so we got 5 people on YouTube. I should get this thing going. Everybody out there on the YouTube world, we are starting. I know I keep saying that here. We are starting very, very quickly here. So just stay tuned. Stay put. Trying to work this crap out, man.
It's been too long, bro.
It has been too long, man.
I did anything wrong.
All right,
Even though
so
I sat and I bragged about the fact I got this guy fired, and I told him I wasn't
okay.
they did what I said.
And I didn't get my memes ready, so we're just gonna sort through some of the memes as we go. Okay, let's just transition here. So, all right. Okay, here we go. Here we go. All right, everybody. Thank you for sticking around. That was a nightmare because we just kind of planned this, Rational and I, kind of a little bit last minute, not totally last minute, but so hey, welcome back, everybody. I don't know, am I too loud out there? I don't want to distort at all. If you guys are hearing any distortion, please let me know in the chat ski. And let me know in the chat ski if I'm distorting at all. So tonight what we're going to talk about is just some random stuff. I did not put together a good list of discussion stuff, but I thought we'd touch on the Iran thing stuff. We got an Aussie on the line, Rational Wrongthink. We're going to talk about the fires burning in Australia down under. Maybe we'll touch on
Thankfully, they're not burning down under.
and whatnot. So let me just bring over here the discussion view window. There he is, way bigger than life. I need to resize him. Oh no, I got to bring you over now. Transition. Probably should have done that before I did it, huh? Oh yeah, because I have to. Man, I tell you what, it's been a minute since I've done this. So. I know, dude. You're creeping me out here. You're creeping me out, bro. I'll just do that.
I'm always mirrored too. Like I move one way, but I see myself moving the other. Why does it do that?
It's like when you look in a camera, dude, or when you look in a mirror. You know what I mean? I feel really hollow. I feel like my voice seems really hollow. There, maybe I need to turn the bass up a little bit. And I'm sick, so that doesn't help anything. You know, I've been sick trying to get over the whole. So we got Mark B. We got Global.
To me, you're sounding a bit more masculine, dude. Like I think fact that your balls are, the fact that your balls are finally dropped is actually working for you.
Happy New Year to you too. Happy New Year to you too.
Cheers, mate.
You are funny.
You bastard.
You bastard. Check one. So So how do we sound out there? Is my voice distorting? Because I'm gonna probably get animated like this. I want to make sure I'm not crackling. So if people in the chat can tell me how I sound when it's coming through on YouTube, that'll be good to know. Making sure I'm not cracking out or anything other than my voice cracking out. Oh man. I'll wait for people to. So what are we going to talk about today, Rational? So tell us a little bit about this Aussie stuff. I know I've been seeing it all over the place, man. Is it the Bushmen starting fires or what's going on?
Oh yeah, well there has been a little bit of that. You know, we've had a few. You always get your wingnuts who want to go out and start fires. But yeah,
hang on a second. Hang on. I wanted to hear everything you have to say, but I do have to give a shout out to Franny Pierce because she was one of the people who watched my my video I did a few nights ago that was 40 minutes long from start to finish. So can we give her a hand right now? Can we put our hands together for Franny Pierce? It was also notable standouts were Neo Bohemian, if he's going to be in later, Dini, and Richo. I believe Richo is another one of those Australian guys. I think Richo 8181 is.
Oh, you'll know the Aussies because we're the cool ones.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know. But I will say this. I don't have much to give my loyal supporters, all four of them that listened to it all the way through. Rational would have, had he not been working like we're working so difficult, he would have listened to it all the way through. But I was Six Flags that night. Oh, so Mark was at Six Flags. But what I am going to do is I'm going to put together a funny song and make a video, a little funny song for Neo, Dini, Richo, and Franny. Maybe we'll do it today. I don't know. Maybe we'll put some lyrics together today and we'll write it live here. You know, we'll just do an acoustic version of it. That could be possibly what happens too. We don't know. We're flying by the seat of our pants tonight because we don't care. I just wanted to get back in the. I'm going to be streaming weekly and I'm going to start actually getting my shiznit together and having some bullet points to really touch on. But tonight.
Well, normally you and I do, but this was a bit of a last minute thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Right. Did you see that Drone Tech was getting drunk, doing some day drinking and getting drunk? Did you see that on the Discord? He sent out
no.
Yeah, he sent out a couple videos on that or pictures of that. Okay. That was kind of funny. Anyways, back to the Australia. Jesse Leon's in. Thank you, Jesse. Glad to have you in with us right now. We pick some up, we lose some. That's just kind of how it goes. I'm only here for a sec, but I remembered to hit the like. Well, thank you, Jesse. I appreciate it. So tell us, Mr. Australian man in the creepy mask, what is, tell me a little bit about the fires going on in Australia.
Oh, well, I mean, it's, to some extent, it's business as usual for Australia. I mean, Australia burns, like I've been very up close and personal with bushfires and grass fires and things like that a couple of times here. So it's just the reality of living in Australia and living sort of outside of a major city. So what we've got going on at the moment, I think there's something like about 80 fires that are burning in 3 states. You've got New South Wales, Victoria, and South Australia that are basically, they've got fires burning everywhere. There's a couple in Perth, I think, and there were quite a few in Queensland. So basically, pretty much all of Australia really has got fires going on. It's a little bit more excessive this time around than normal, but there's a couple of reasons for that. Like a lot of people are saying, oh, global warming, we're all going to die, and this is the proof. But like, well, it's not really the case. I mean, yes, we have had less rain, but we've also got these muppets here who are living in major cities telling people in the country that you can't take away the fuel for the fires because the animals need it. And then all the animals
Right.
are burning to death. We've lost 500 million animals, they're saying, right? So
You've lost 500 million animals?
that's the. I mean, they're just guessing, obviously, but that's a reporting that we're hearing in the mainstream
Jeez.
media that we've lost 500 million of our animals. And look, I mean, that's 500 million things that aren't trying to kill me.
I
So I'm
was
not
just
too
gonna
sad
say that
about
could be a benefit, man. I might have to
Yeah.
think about moving to Australia now that half the
Yeah,
animals
that's
that can kill me are dead.
yeah, that's right. So half of Australia is now safe to go into. It's a little bit black and burned and charred, and there's not much there, but nothing's trying to kill you, so that's a good thing. But yeah, so it's just look, it is what it is. It's part of living in Australia. As I say, if you're not living in the cities, at some point you're going to have to deal with fire. That's just the way that this country is. It's dry. Our trees are full of oil, and they love to explode. It's actually quite impressive. I've been next to a tree that exploded here in Australia, and it's awesome.
It's awesome.
It's awesome. I mean, like, well, yeah, I mean, in the sense that it's a really unbelievable thing to see when a tree just suddenly, literally, just explodes into flames in front of you. It's I don't know what else. It sort of induces awe.
It
Like when you see that.
induces. It would induce in me a time to change my pants. That's what it would induce in me. It would induce
Yeah.
some new time to go find some new drawers to be wearing, because
Yes.
that
Yes.
sounds like that's a scary as hell thing. So yeah, so it's crazy, man. I know how they've been like putting the Greta Thunberging all of the stuff over there though with the Australian fire, saying how it's it's climate change, it's global warming, it's all this bullshit, right?
Yeah.
The classical trope. But um, I'm just doing some adjustments here. But yeah, that
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
We've had
interested.
like 16 people who've been caught deliberately lighting fires as well. That's the other side to this. So we've got all of the fuel that people in the cities have said that people in the country can't remove, that have just let these fires go absolutely ballistic, because more fuel obviously equals more ferocious fires. And it also means there's less access for the firefighters to be able to get in, because there's all this crap laying around on the ground that shouldn't be there.
Right.
Um, and that, combined with the fact that you've got people going out and lighting fires like it's I don't know, some kind of a trivial fun pastime, is sort of really helping to combine to cause this thing. It's not just a product of nature. This is uh, stupidity by human beings is a significant contributor to what we've got going on right now.
Well, that's really, I think, also kind of what the whole global warming thing revolves around: stupidity of human beings, both in
Oh,
believing
absolutely.
it, both in believing it and everything else.
Yeah,
Wow, that's
yeah,
interesting though, because like I said, I have been noticing that, and I've been curious to kind of find out from you, kind of, if number one, I thought maybe that's why we hadn't heard from you forever. I thought maybe you got caught in one of them, and that's
no, no,
why.
not. I haven't been close to them this time. I have been before, as I say. Like I've actually watched trees burst into flames around me, and I've actually fought a fire once when I was younger. It's not a pleasant thing, but again, that's just life in Australia. That's what
Right.
happens.
Wow. So I think what we're gonna do is let's jump into some. Actually, Can I just do this and have it open up in a new? Um, sorry. Um, Open original. We'll do that one, and then I got to go back here. So what else is new with you? So I'm trying to get a few of these memes locked up. Just
Yeah, not a lot, mate. Pretty much all I've been doing is, working, eating, and sleeping. When you take in my travel time, I'm doing well over 60 hours a week at the moment. So I'm basically just wrecked most of the time. Like I slept all day yesterday. So, that's sort of why I'm up and sort of lucid today. It's quite brutal. It will calm down for me in a few weeks' time, but for the moment, it's just chaos. So yeah, it's why I haven't been around. So no, I haven't been out fighting fires or been running with my ass on fire or anything. It's pretty, where I am, we're kind of, for the moment, we're pretty safe. So there's no fire near me. Although having said that, like, we walk outside and you just you're breathing in a packet of cigarettes with every breath, because there's just so much smoke out there.
do you smoke? You don't smoke cigarettes anymore either, right?
Oh, I do have the odd one. I shouldn't, but I do have the occasional one, but it's very rare.
Oh man. So I'm trying to find. I was trying to get a few of these. We are here to ruin your indoctrination. I'm trying to get a few of these funny memes put up, and I'm not even fully reading them. I'm just like, okay, that looks funny. We'll put that up, and maybe what we should do is let me see how this looks. I can just do this. Maybe I just click on that and what the hell? Open that up. Yeah, that's too small. Okay. Well, let's just run with it, dude. Let's just run with it. Yeah, let's just run with it. Okay. I heard the music and I was like, what's going on? So,
Yeah, why have we got the porn music playing in the background, dude? What are you watching? I can see. I know why you're distracted. That's little 70s porn music going in the background there.
That is easy listening music that is just supposed to add a little bit of ambiance to it.
Is Ron Jeremy featuring somewhere in the background there?
Yes, it's supposed to add a little ambience. Okay, so let's start with this here. Let's start with a little of this action right here. Meantime with Steven. Our illustrious meme time with Steven and Rational. I should change that to be meme time with Steven and Rational.
And Rational.
And Rational Wrongthink. So I didn't even read these, you guys. So let's just read a few together. I'll read this one. So let me get this straight. You've tried to impeach the president 3 times in 3 years. You finally vote in favor, and now you're not sure if you're going to send it to the Senate? Isn't that just a shit show of all shit shows right there?
No, it's ridiculous.
That they had to rush to get him impeached. We had to rush to get old Donald impeached, and now she's just holding back. She's just holding the cards and won't hand it over so they can get it going. It's so transparent, man.
Yeah, of course it is. I think we all know. Like, I would love to. Look, I know, Trey Gowdy came out and said that Trump shouldn't call witnesses. They should just get the thing over and done with as quickly as possible. But yeah, I don't know. I love Trey Gowdy. I think he's absolutely brilliant, but I reckon he's wrong on this one. I would love to see somebody like Hunter Biden get called as a witness and be spoken to about all of the crap that went on in Ukraine. I think that'd be interesting. And I suspect that's probably part of what the Democrats are worried about, because this is an impeachment that happened for absolutely no offense.
Yeah.
And as you say, they've been looking for years to impeach Donald Trump. The impeachment process started the day that Trump defeated Hillary and all the illegals and the corrupt sort of DNC media and the spying and all of that kind of stuff. It's been going on since then.
Well, and really what the thing with this whole impeachment crap is that drives me crazy, and nobody we've gotten away, they're so good, the left especially is so good at diverting attention, on everything and projection. But it's like they are upset that there was a quid pro quo. And I know this is so rudimentary. If you guys have been following this, and your brains with impeachment are dripping out of your ears, I get it. When you talked about earlier today, we could talk about impeachment, I was like, I don't know if I even want to touch it anymore, man. And I didn't even get a chance to reach out to Robert. Robert is a walking Wikipedia on that stuff. He's a walking encyclopedia on every nook and cranny about that. Robert Noir, if people have, shout out to Robert. Check out his channel. But Biden did the very thing blatantly in front of a crowd of people bragging about what they're trying to impeach Trump on.
Yeah, that's right. He did what Trump didn't do, but they're accusing Trump of doing what Biden did. And it's okay when Biden actually does do it, but it's not okay when Trump doesn't. It's just the stunning hypocrisy of the left. I mean, there's just no level they won't stoop to, unfortunately. It's pure deflection. It's the journalist media, isn't it? It is that they are running cover for the DNC. I've said this before, but if we ever actually get back to the point where we have a legitimate media, the DNC would be annihilated within days. Yeah, most of them would probably be getting investigated, and quite a few would be going to jail.
Right. No, and the thing is too, like Global just said, Pelosi never wanted it. She knew, and the reason they don't want to give it over to the Senate also, they're saying it's because they want to make sure there's a fair trial. We need to make sure there's a fair trial. Are you kidding me? These are the people that want to make sure it's a fair trial when in the House, it was the most unfair trial, if you will, inquiry, if you will, that has ever been. They were completely unfair to the president and to the Republicans. But setting that aside, the reason they don't want it to go to the Senate is because then all the evidence that the Republicans wanted brought into the inquiry is going to be out there. They're going to be able to really expose all the evidence and all of the witnesses that the Republicans wanted to call, and all of the evidence, the true evidence, is going to be laid out, and it is going to blow it to smithereens. So they just want to hold on to this. He's impeached right now. He's not been convicted, but he's been impeached. They just want to hold on to that as long as they can. So these moron, the moron people out there that don't look into this and don't understand what's going on and just hate Trump and have TDS, so that they can just hold on to like when I went to the impeachment rally downtown in Portland, right? Everyone was like, impeach Trump, and everyone was just chanting about what a criminal he was and all this. And I'm just like, you guys have no clue really of what has gone on, what really happened here. And you just listen to your talking heads that you subscribe to, and that's all you care about. That's all you don't really listen to any of the facts that are sitting behind it. It blows me away, man. It blows me away. They don't want it because they know that all the evidence is going to come out.
Yeah, exactly. And I think, like the media sort of have a habit of live streaming this stuff for people. So it would just be shoving red pills down the throats of anybody who happened to see it when they got to see how laughable the whole impeachment process has been, and just how much evidence there is that stacks up against Biden and others, because it really would be a shit show. There would be very little the media could do to stop it.
Of epic proportions, man. It's a shit show of epic proportions. Totally is.
Hey, so, Mo, how you going, dude?
I'm going to post up a couple links here in the chat ski for you guys. Please go and subscribe to some of these other spots here. Join our Discord channel if you haven't. Follow me on Parler and on DLive and on Twitch. I have in there, but also follow me on BitChute. So yeah, make sure you guys follow me out on these, because I want to make sure that when YouTube finally yanks the plug on us, you guys will still be able to get on and do our live streams, and even if it's just the 5 or 10 people that come in here on and whatever, I don't care so much anymore. I just want to keep a handful of the loyals around at least, So okay, let's see what this one says.
Speaking of YouTube getting rid of us, sorry to jump in there, but I see that YouTube are now, well, at least for me anyway, they're actually just holding on to. I had a warning that was given to me for a video that I did that was in support of Count Dankula. Remember when he did the Nazi pug thing?
Yeah, right.
And so I did a video in support of that, and I got a warning for it. But now YouTube have turned that warning into a strike, called it hate speech, and there's no date for it to be rescinded. So
you have one strike already on your channel?
Well, yeah, I've had a couple of strikes, but after 3 months they get taken down. But now they're just staying. So
I know. That's like the strike I got from when I reposted your "Smells Like Cow Farts." It originally said that it was going to be a 3-month or whatever strike, and then they were going to remove it or warning, and now it's just on there permanently. Now it's that's what they've done to me, and it's like, but this thing was. It's already something that they dealt with 6, 7, 8 months ago, and they just kept on updating the time until it would leave. And I screenshotted a few of them, so I'm actually going to put them up, on a video that I do about YouTube sort of BS and their complete lack of integrity and that kind of thing. It's really going to be another one of my songs just mocking the left. The idea that people on the left genuinely think that millionaires and billionaires who run global tech corporations and who are sort of putting together these policies actually want communism. What kind of an idiot do you have to be to think that? Yeah.
And so I'm just going to use all of these screenshots and sort of put in there, like, YouTube, they make up the rules as they go along. They are a law unto themselves, and they're not interested in sort of free or fair or unbiased media reporting. They're all about getting their own elected and getting power back.
Yeah. Read
they
that
want to punish us for Trump.
It's been up there for a while, but read that one out to the audience if you can see it.
To verify, check all boxes with the United States president.
Oh, that's a good one. That makes me laugh.
That is good.
Oh man, and there's been rumors that I don't hear them so much anymore, but there were the rumors out there for a while that she was going to actually try to run again. That would have been just glorious. Yeah. That would have been glorious.
She didn't run last time. She staggered, coughed, and hacked and fell, and she's not going to run this time.
I'll take this one. Why do people get all political with their memes? Let's just have fun. Also, abortion is murder.
Geez, that picture is just brilliant for so many memes, isn't it?
I know. It is. Okay, you take that one.
So you're saying all the people telling me to run again are Republicans?
I forgot I had that one. Yeah. Oh, please do run again, Hillary. Please run again.
Yeah, please do.
Oh man, that would make it so much fun. That would make it so much fun. All right, let's find a couple more memes here. I'm just gonna go through them as we go. Can you read that one, or should I open it?
Nah, mate, I can't read that one.
Let me see if it's bigger when I do it. Like, yeah, there we go. That's way better. I'm under enormous pressure from many people to run in 2020. No, you're not. No, I'm not. Oh, yeah, that's so true. You're really not under any pressure. I don't know what this one's going to say, but we'll open it up and give it a shot. Maybe it's funny. Go ahead.
No, I can't read that one, mate. It's too blurry for me.
Oh, it is? Okay. It says, Mama says they lowered fuel prices, so Mr. Trump could save money using the Trump train to carry all the whoop ass. That's kind of funny, but not that great funny. It's kind of funny, but what's this one say? Open up original. See what it says. Can you read that?
Never worry about who will be offended if you speak the truth. Worry about who will be
misled.
Nah. All right. Can't read the bottom bit.
Okay. Worry about who will be misled, deceived, and destroyed if you don't. That one wasn't funny, but that one was very serious. A little somber moment for us. Yeah.
That's just not our way of doing things, man. Come on.
I know. Look at this.
None of this seriousness. What's going on?
This is true, man. Rachel Maddow, I'm the fake news now. Rachel Maddow's defense to OANN defamation lawsuit is that a lawyer from MSN host Rachel Maddow is defending her in a defamation lawsuit by claiming her statements on air should not be taken as fact. Oh, that's funny.
Is that true?
I don't know.
I mean, look, it's legit. Like, you couldn't take her seriously with anything that she says. But is that actually true? That her lawyer is saying that you shouldn't take anything she says as fact?
Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's true or not, but if it is, it should be. It is.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, it says if there is ever a civil war between conservatives and liberals, I'm not worried. That's pretty true. There was a shot of some people like the left that is arming up and is getting ready for the impending civil war. Oh, this one's kind of funny. You guys can see that one. But there was these leftists, 2020 $20 bill. There was these leftists in the gun range shooting, and it was hilarious, man, to watch them because they were just like, they did not know how to handle a gun, but they're getting ready for the Civil War. It's like, give me a break, man. So let's see what this one says. This is Timmy digging a hole, burying his 30-round magazine, bump stock, and rifles so that the thin blue line can't take them. Timmy isn't turning in shit. That's true, though. Like, they really think people are going to turn in their weapons? Like, what's going to happen in Virginia? You've been following that at all?
No, I've seen a little bit on it. But no, I don't think you guys are going to go down the path that we went and get disarmed by the government.
Yeah.
You have this beautiful thing saying that you can be armed to defend yourselves against enemies, foreign and or threats, foreign and domestic. We don't sort of consider the possibility of a domestic threat, even though we have probably 2 domestic threats in this country right now. Oh, is this the inevitable phone call with your wife, man?
No, that was the.
It just wouldn't be a live stream without a phone call from SJ's missus.
I gotta get a new throttle cable. So,
So
sorry.
Jesse Leon
I'm at
saying
home.
Rachel won her case based on claiming that her show was not factual. How do these people still have credibility? Like, there are still people out there who believe that Mad Cow has credibility. Like, is that really true? That she has come out and said in a court case that her show is not factual and not meant to be taken seriously?
Yeah.
I mean, I think we all know that it's not a factual show and can't be taken seriously. But I've been on, gone on to, Rachel Mad Cow's videos on YouTube. The people there take her stuff unbelievably seriously. You know, it's insane how they give credibility to this clown. It was obvious from the start that she had no credibility from my perspective.
And you're right. This would not be a live stream if I didn't get a call from either my wife or my child asking me about something. It's like, and I used to be like annoyed with it, and I'd be like, dang it, they're calling me on my live stream. I'm like, this is my live stream, and now I'm like, I don't care, you guys. You know what? I'm a family man. This is what I do. I got a life. So it's like, man, if that bothers you, bink, bink. I don't need you in my live stream that I have to take a live phone call.
Fair enough.
So, all right, let me read this one. You won't be able to, so I'll read it out to
No, I
everybody.
can't see that.
I'm sick of the Dems saying Trump is inappropriate. Ted Kennedy left a woman to die in a river. Bill Clinton had weird sex in the Oval Office with barely legal intern. Obama ran guns to Mexico drug lord and gave billions to terrorist states. Biden makes creepy and sexist comments, publicly fondles women. Hillary Clinton endangered Americans, released classified intel, wiped her illegal server and destroyed mobile devices, left 4 American heroes to die and lied about it being caused by some stupid BS video, sold nuclear material to the enemies, and took money from the terrorists producing countries. John Edwards was indicted for using campaign funds to hide his mistress. Rob Blagojevic is in prison for trying to sell Obama's Senate seat. And Anthony Weiner, well, need I say more? Yes, Democrat Party, please lecture us on what is beneath a political office. You have so much experience in that area. Trump 2020. That is brilliant. That is really a brilliant meme. Memes are so powerful. You know what I mean? So powerful in that small amount of what they can, and maybe not completely, contextual all the time, but they really do. They're a very good vehicle to convey an idea in a short, easily digestible manner.
Which is exactly why the EU wanted to ban them.
This is a good one. I like this one. Here, open the original up. Can you read that one? Can you read? Is it that you just can't read in Australia? Is that the problem, or?
No, mate. I can read. It's just that some of them are a little bit blurry. The resolution's a bit shitty. So I do not own any assault weapons. All my weapons are defense weapons. Nice.
That's pretty good. I like that one.
I wish I had some of those defensive weapons.
I know.
We're going to need them at some point, I think.
Right. Yeah, they are. We are. Did you hear China was railing against? They've been doing it for a while, but they've been railing against America's Second Amendment rights and how Americans should not have their Second Amendment rights. China has been lecturing us. China wants to lecture us on our amendment rights.
Geez, the Chinese want the American people disarmed.
Yeah.
What a surprise.
Right.
Of course they do. The last thing that they want is 350 million Americans with guns,
right.
But there's going to be a few million extra American guns out there if it does come down to conflict. I mean, we're a sitting duck for the Chinese. I mean, we would be anyway, even if we were armed. Let's be honest. There's not many of us. But the fact that we've got no guns, I mean, bloody hell, they could just send in one squad and we're done,
Redcap Goblin said, nice mask. I've never seen Redcap Goblin in here, so it might be a new subscriber. Welcome, Redcap, to the stream. For those of you who don't know, the reason my friend Rational Wrongthink here has to wear a mask is because he lives in an authoritarian country that does not like it when you share your opinion and when you speak truth. And so he literally has to hide his face so that he doesn't lose his job and or isn't literally, fined or arrested for saying the wrong thing online. That is why he wears a mask, if you can believe it. Yeah, it's the truth.
Yep.
And
I have some unpopular political opinions, and I have some unpopular opinions about a particular religion of peace. Yeah. And that kind of thing can get you into trouble here. So, yeah, hence this thing.
And he also has an incredibly scary looking face. So
that is true. Bitch.
Just kidding. Okay, here's another one we can do. This is funny. Oh, man, this is a good one. Oh, it's tiny. Why is it so tiny? Oh, dang it. It says Rosie O'Donnell has come out and seen her shadow, which means 5 more years of Trump. That's so tiny. That's a bummer, man. I was hoping that was going to be bigger.
Although if that picture was Rosie O'Donnell naked, I'm glad that it's that tiny because I can't actually make it out.
Yeah. This is hilarious and so true. Look at this one. Don't be tiny. Don't be tiny. God, these memes. I got to get bigger memes. Creepy Banjo Boy. Remember from whatever that movie was? Ding 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 ding. It's what's the damn it? Somebody in the chat will help me remember what the name of that movie is. I can't remember it right now. But and then Joe Biden all grown up. He looks like him so much. That's hilarious. Oh man, maybe it really was him. Who knows? That's funny to me. He wears a mask so we can play. Deliverance. Thank you, Tyler. I knew somebody would come through with me on that one. Deliverance. Thank you, Tyler. You are the bomb. Ooh,
Should I say now that the obligatory? No, I don't know that. I've never seen that movie.
Yeah, you should, because you live under a rock. I swear to God, you live under a rock. All the time I'm like, why are these memes so damn small today? This is really driving me a little bit shit pissy, man. It says, these are 3 types of people. Donald Trump, those who make things happen. Bernie Sanders, those who watch things happen. And Hillary Clinton, and those who wonder what happened. Oh, that's true. It's funny because it's true. It's funny because it's true. That was fake. I'm not even going to do that one, but that one was fake. But it's still a good meme. But Herman. Oh, man. See if there's any other good ones in here. We'll scroll down. There's a funny Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself one. See if that one's any bigger. I can't take these small flipping memes anymore, man. It's a SpaghettiOs, and it spells Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. Yeah. Anyways. All right. Well, I think we're almost done here. No, there are no other rights if you can't defend them. That's true. Seeing if there's any funny ones here. No, that's not that funny. Trump supporters in the media polls. Trump supporters. Okay. Seeing if there's any funny ones. Citizens stopping the shooting. Media. California was a red state. No, that's not funny. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to see if there's any more funny ones. When she says go deeper, but you're out of UFO stories. No, oh, this one's kind of funny. This one will be a good size one, I think, too. Should be. Yeah, there we go. Did you see that movie? Tell me you saw that movie.
Nah.
You didn't see Children of the Corn?
Nah.
Dude.
Popular culture, man. I've never been interested in it.
Man. Greta Thunberg, picture Greta Thunberg here. Children of the climate change. How dare you? How dare you? Poor.
How dare you? Is it a Stephen King thing?
Yes, it is. Yes, Children of the Corn. Yeah, did you see that? Now, does it still not?
No, I didn't even read the book. I've read a lot of his stories. I was quite into Stephen King, but no, not that one.
This is kind of funny. It's big. Yeah, it's big enough. Before and after photos. Power of makeup. I don't know who that is. Oh, you know what I can do is I can make it a little bigger.
Oh, that bottom one.
That's a good one right there. That's funny stuff. Funny stuff.
Yeah.
Man, what else is funny? Anything funny? I wonder what this is. Daily Caller. Dems trying to remove Trump from office. What's this one? Couldn't be played. Reload it. Now is it? No, it couldn't be played. Probably was offensive and they took it off. Oh, this is funny. Let me open this one up bigger. Transgender man gives birth to non-binary partner's baby with female sperm donor. It's the Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi's face swapped there. It's kind of funny, but anyway.
Look, Nancy actually looks better there. That's the best photo of her I've ever seen.
Seriously, man.
They are such a weird bunch of freaks, aren't they? Some of these
really
Democrats. Like pencil neck and all that. They're just weird dudes.
So, yeah, this is what we were talking about earlier. It says, so let me get this straight. Biden blackmailed Ukraine with $1 billion in tax dollars to drop an investigation into his son. And Democrats want to impeach President Trump simply for asking if it was true? The dude. Did you see that movie? Did you see the Big Lebowski?
No.
Oh, my God. What are you doing there? Oh, man. Oh, man.
Sorry, mate.
I am not sure if we can continue this friendship. I'm just kidding. All right. That was a stupid one. So I don't see any. I didn't think any of the other ones were all that great. So all right. So yeah, let's just cut back over to this. All right. So that was our meme time with Steven. It wasn't quite a setup because I was doing it on the fly instead of getting good ones. But you know what? Oh well. It is what it is. Deal with it, people. Deal with it. So you disagree with me, it sounds like, when it comes to the Iran deal. How does this work out?
Yeah, look, a little bit. We have points of agreement and disagreement on this one. Look, I think that it would be ideal if the US and the West in general was not over in the Middle East, engaging in all of the fun activities that we are engaging in at the moment. But the reality is we are there, and taking out, what did you call him? Salami? Salami. I don't think that's, I'm not going to mourn the death of this clown, I think he was a very evil guy. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people in Iran who are rejoicing at the fact that this revered leader has been taken out, because their revered leader was quite a murderous, piece of crap.
Right.
Now, having said that, that in and of itself doesn't justify the killing of him. But what we have seen is Iran has been stepping up their aggression against the US and against the West. He seems to have been involved in the orchestrating to some degree of the event that led to the death of an American contractor recently.
Hashtag mercenary.
Whatever, but whatever.
Potato.
Yeah, exactly. One man's freedom fighters, another man's whatever.
Another man's black ops.
Yeah.
Blackwater.
Yeah, exactly. But Donald Trump has come out and said he doesn't want to be involved in conflict. But if you sort of peck around the edges of us, we're gonna do some serious damage to you. We're gonna give it back to you 1,000-fold. And he just demonstrated that he will stick to his word. And I think that I made this comment on your post. I think there are some positives in this. He has stuck to his word. I think that's a really good thing.
Wait. How does he stuck to his word?
Well, because he's not actually starting a war with Iran at this point in time. The Iranians,
that remains yet to be seen.
Yeah, but it won't be Donald Trump that starts the war. Like, Iran might decide that they're going to retaliate, and then Donald Trump will go, okay, so we're just going to have to take out, we're going to have to do a similar thing again and just hit another major Irani. It's not ideal, but Donald Trump has said, if you hit us, we will hit back harder. Right? Well, Iran now know that that's true.
Yeah. But he
will do that. So
hang on for a second.
They do have the option of pulling back.
They do have the option of pulling back, but and again, guys, I'm going to get some people that are all on the Australian side here and hate me because I'm speaking any kind of resistance or any kind of I don't know what the word is, that I'm not maybe sipping on the Kool-Aid 100% here. We struck, what was it, in Syria and in Iraq, right? We killed those Hezbollah militia groups. We bombed them, right? These were the same people that when we were in Syria trying to oust Bashar al-Assad. These were part of the same, this Hezbollah, Talib Hezbollah, was one of the militant rebel group fighters involved in taking down Assad, right? That we were given funds to. Some of these Al-Qaeda linked, that started with Obama, that didn't start with Trump. So I don't believe it was Trump who did this, and I do believe Trump has been wanting to try to get us out of Syria. But these were some of the groups that we were funding and we were giving arms to take out the ISIS or to take out Assad, right? Then we bomb them, and so then they retaliate and they throw a rocket into one of our sites over there and kill one of the contractors, and then we take out it's almost like we're prodding them to respond so that we can respond with stronger force. It's not like we're trying to ease the tensions. It's almost like we're poking them with the stick to try to make something. Why the hell don't we just gather up all of our troops from Syria and from Iraq and from Afghanistan and bring them home, and from Africa for that matter, and from wherever else they are in the Middle East, and just bring their asses home, right? I mean, yes, we can. I don't know, man.
Yeah, so I agree with you on that, but I don't have a problem with Donald Trump taking out a bad guy in retaliation for them attacking U.S. soil, in effect. So it lets them know that Donald Trump won't be trifled with, and everybody I think everybody in the world knows that if Donald Trump had his way, he would withdraw all the American troops from the Middle East.
But see,
I think
that's my point.
That is something that he would like to do, and he has tried. He has sort of tried to reduce the American effect there. But he is surrounded by hawks. I agree with you on your argument that he is surrounded by hawks, and he's surrounded by bad people, and he's surrounded by the military-industrial complex. But at the same time, he is limiting America's engagement over there compared to, say, what Obama was doing, right? So, it's a difficult situation. I don't have a problem with him doing this. But again, it would be preferable if the US was not, and the West was not in the Middle East at all. We never should have gone into Afghanistan. We never should have gone into Iraq. But we're already there. The damage has been done. So now it's about how do we mitigate this unmitigated disaster.
You know what?
That's kind of
As
how I
Ron
look at
Paul
this. You know,
said-
it's a bit Machiavellian. It's purely about pragmatics now.
As Ron Paul said, we just marched in, we can just march out. We just marched in there, we can just march the F out. You know, we were lied to get us into Iraq about WMDs. Now people can say, well, they had a lot of time to get rid of those WMDs and so on and so forth. You know, they could have gotten, oh dang it all anyway. Sorry guys, I'm going to take this one more time.
There you go. Well, on the weapons of mass destruction thing that Iraq allegedly had, and people saying that they didn't have them. Well, the reality is that they did. We know that they had them because they bought them from the US. You know, they were using, I think it was sarin gas, wasn't it, that they had bought from the United States to attack Iran at an early period of time. So we know that they did have them. So whether they got rid of them or the Americans just hid that fact or whatever the case may be, I don't really know. I wouldn't have a clue. But we know that they did have them. But that did not legitimize going in there and taking out Saddam. Saddam should never have been taken out. Now, whether we should have got originally involved when Iraq invaded Kuwait, I'm even ambivalent about that. There were probably different ways that we could have gone about that, you know. I don't think that going to war and smashing Iraq worked. I mean, what it's led to now is, you know, the global winter or the Arab Spring, depending on your perspective of it. Lots of people dead. Global terror has spread. You've got things like ISIS. You've got a fundamentalist version of Islam that is becoming sort of predominant with both the Shia and the Sunni. You know, I've heard stories about Shia and Sunni in certain areas in Iran and Iraq who are actually working together.
Yeah.
That's a really scary prospect. We don't want that. We don't want the Sauds and the Iranians combining together. These two organizations or these two political and religious systems are absolutely evil and horrendous.
Yeah.
And the fact that they're separated from each other and are fighting each other is a good thing.
Yeah.
It would be better if both of them were just gone. That would be even better. But it is a good thing that they're fighting each other. The last thing that we want is them to unite against the common enemy, which is us. So we do have to tread carefully over
Are you talking
there.
about the Saudis?
Yeah, the Sauds and Iran. I think that the
Yeah, but
Saudis
that's
are
the
a bigger
thing. Why have
cancer
we
than
been in
Iran.
bed? Why have we been in bed with the Saudis for as long as we have? Oil, right? I mean,
Yeah,
and,
of course.
And the Saudis are the worst. Though they're the freaking worst in the Middle East. The worst of the worst in the Middle East when it comes to what they're doing. And so this is where I'm not your typical, like, I just can't turn a blind eye to it and try to rationalize it. Being that I'm a conservative and I'm a patriot, when it comes to our policies in the Middle East, they've been so messed up. And I know that I don't know I don't even begin to even almost know anything. So I know that's a lot more complicated than just yanking the people out and going. I get that. But the fact that we give a pass to Saudi on everything, that we're literally in bed with them, is completely messed up and hypocritical. And the fact that we've been trying to go after Iran for how long? We got 60,000 people, 60,000 of our troops and build up sitting over there in the Gulf ready to do it. And that's another thing that people are like, well, Iran's been poking us and been doing all these things to us to really, get after us. And I'm like, really, have they been? Because you know what, we're normal, or what classically has happened in the past on all these different war fronts and in all these different theaters of war. What classically has happened is we have false flags. False flags happen. They're not a conspiratorial thing anymore. They at one time were like, oh, false flag, put on your tinfoil hat. It's a provable, factual, historical thing that countries do to get their people, get support of their people, to get them involved in secret agenda warfare and so on and so forth. So, so false flags happen. So Iran has been denying a lot of these, things. Now, I'm not saying that they're telling the truth. Maybe they are. They're plausible deniability. They are behind some of these attacks. And we do know that they're supporting Hezbollah, which is attacking Israel. And we do know all these other things. But all the things that we're being told they're doing, I have a hard time believing, because our government hasn't been faithful to us in instilling confidence that when they tell us something, it's the truth. They've lied to us so many times to get us into war because of the swamp, because of the deep state, because of the powers that be that run it underneath, because of the ones Donald Trump said he wanted to get rid of. And I think that he has tried. I don't think he was fully lying when he said that. I think he wants to get rid of some of these things. I think he wants to get rid of the swamp, but I don't think he realized how deep it went and how hard it truly is to get rid of those, the military-industrial complex. I mean, like I said in my video, were you aware that the stock prices of like Raytheon and, some of these other, and I don't know them off the top of my head, I read them, but all these stock prices went up with all these military, and defense contractors. As soon as we bombed, we killed the Iranian dude, these stock prices go up. Why do you think the stock prices go up? Because people are like, we're heading to war. We're heading to a confrontation. Money, money, money.
Yep, absolutely. Megadeth, their first album, I think, was called "Killing Is My Business and Business Is Good," and I think that's the model that a lot of people in the US, and well, not just in America, like in the West, sort of run on. Killing is good business because it requires large amounts of money to be spent on ordnance and weapons and so on. So, I don't think that there's any doubt about that. I mean, you and I agree on that. It's just, I think really the only thing that we disagree on is I don't see killing this guy as being quite as bad as you see it. In an ideal world, it wouldn't. In an ideal world, it wouldn't have happened. In an ideal world, we wouldn't be over in the Middle East at all. But we're there, so we just have to deal with it. Now, I think a long time ago, Vladimir Putin said that American foreign policy in the US is like watching monkeys throw hand grenades. And I think there is some truth to that. The Americans, on one hand, they align with a group of people who have got a similar enemy, which is ISIS. But then on the other hand...
But who created ISIS, too? That's the other thing. Who played a big hand in creating ISIS?
Oh, of course, the US under Obama. I mean, there wouldn't be an ISIS if it hadn't been for Obama's bungling stupidity and bovine incompetence, plus a mixture of arming and funding some terrible, terrible people in places like Syria.
But it goes deeper than that. Who created Al Qaeda back in the day? The U.S. did. You know what I mean? It's like
Well, we trained them. Well, America trained them. That was the Mujahideen back in the days when they were fighting against the Soviets, and we worked on that principle that the enemy. What is it? The enemy of our enemy is our friend.
Right.
But
same
principle.
But
that doesn't apply.
Well, it's the same principle we did in Syria, though. The enemy of our enemy is our friend. That's why we were then supplying Al Qaeda linked terrorist groups, rebels, quote unquote, to take out Bashar al-Assad, and we were giving them weapons, and now they have even turned on us. Those are just so quickly in the last few years. The same people we were giving weapons to are the ones now that we bombed that got us into this whole thing that we're dealing with Iran. It's
as I say, it's a mess. But I don't have a problem with the taking out of this guy. I think it's a reasonable response to Iranian aggression. But we'll see what happens. I don't think it's a Franz Ferdinand thing. I don't think it's going to lead to a war. I don't think that Russia wants to go to war with the US. They can't afford to. They've got their own internal problems with their
Russia,
own
though.
sort of Islamic thing that's happening.
I agree with you, but it's not.
I don't
just
think
Russia.
China wants a war. War is going to be really bad for China.
Nobody wants a war. I don't think Trump wants a war. What my point is?
No, of course.
No, I take that back. There is people that want a war. It's the military and the swamp, the deep state wants the war, right? I mean, that goes back to what General Wesley Clark said in 2005 or whatever it is when he had the interview on NPR where he talked about, a year after the invasion or a year after 9/11 happened, there was a memo that came down that we were going to go into all these 7 different countries and take them out. And, Afghanistan, Libya, Somalia, or, Africa, somewhere, I think it was Somalia, we were going to end off with Iran. I mean, it took longer than their 7 years. They planned to do it. They wanted to do it within 7 years. It took longer than that, but that's always been the game plan, and we've always been wanting to do it, and it's because they want war. So we do. I don't think Trump does, but I think the people in his ear, the people talking to him are I don't want to say smarter than him, because I don't necessarily think that, but I think that they are putting the chess pieces in certain places to back him even into a corner that he has to do something. Otherwise he's going to look, weak, and he's going to lose his leverage. So he has to do something. And ultimately what he has to do is going to cause us to go to war. Now, ultimately it's his decision, and he could say, nope, we're not doing this. We're pulling the plug. We're doing whatever we need to do to get our troops home and not get us in war. But I do believe he's being pushed in the wrong direction to do this, but it worries me that it's happening. Nonetheless, it worries me that it's happening.
Yeah, look, I don't think there's any doubt that there are people that are trying to manipulate Donald Trump to put him in a situation that he doesn't want to be in. I think we're all aware of that. As to how he's going to respond, I don't know. But again, I still come back to the thing. I think that this response is a good one. It's quick, it's precise, it's measured. It doesn't require US boots on the ground. It doesn't require a prolonged engagement with Iran. It can descend into that. But the reality is we're talking here about the Middle East. There's never been a particularly prolonged period of time in the Middle East where there's been peace. It's just not what that region does. And it is not what that particular religious institution does.
So we shouldn't be there.
No, no, look, and I agree with you on that. You know, that, again, it would have been great if we hadn't have gone in there. I can understand Reagan going in there to try to eliminate the Soviets and, you know, do the proxy war thing with the Soviets in Afghanistan. But that has turned out to be an absolute disaster. And since then, it's just like the Americans have gone into this frenzy of trying to fix the damage they've done by making everything worse every time that they intervene. You know, that, so yeah, so you and I agree on that. But I don't think killing this guy, I don't see that as necessarily being a bad thing. I don't think there's a good thing to do over there, but I see that as being a less bad thing than what America could have done. I don't think just allowing the Iranian aggression would have been a good thing. I don't think that sending anyone in to invade Iran would have been a good thing. But I reckon whacking this guy, you know, he's in Iraq, he's stirring up a little bit of trouble. Give him a whack and just see what Iran wants to do from there. Yeah, and I think it's a reasonable response.
I disagree with you. I don't feel that I don't feel like it was. I guess at this point I don't really feel like I think it was necessarily a reasonable response. If that guy was really so bad, we needed to take him out and send him a message. We should have talked. But see, then it's a catch-22. That's why it's such a flipping quagmire. Because if he would have went to Congress, and I mentioned this in my last video, if he would have went to Congress and tried to get approval to do it or whatever, there's no way that would have stayed. There's no way that would have stayed quiet. There would have been. No. That would have been leaked. That the element of surprise, whatever you want to call it, all of that would have been taken off the table. So in that regard, I guess I kind of understand why he didn't and why he used this AUMF, authorization use of military force. But I don't know, man. It bothers me.
Unfortunately, I think one of the things that makes this complex is that the US, as has happened in Australia, we have allowed a foreign enemy to become a domestic one, if you know what I mean. And you have elected into your parliament people who are quite openly, I think, hostile to the United States. I won't go into any more detail on that. People can read between those lines easily enough. If Donald Trump had gone to Congress saying that he wants support to do this thing, there would have been people in a certain political party in the US who would have tipped the guy off within 3 minutes.
Yeah,
from what I can tell, and that would have been that. It wouldn't have happened. So it's an unfortunate situation that we're in. It would be far better if we weren't there, but we are there. The reality is we have to deal with the situation that we've been given. Trump has to play the hand he's been dealt, right? And I think he's been sort of saying right from the start that he doesn't want to be there. He wouldn't have gone. I think he was saying even back before the original response to Iraq invading Kuwait that it was a mistake for the West and for America to get involved. So I think he's been pretty consistent in that. So I think it would be very hard for people to sort of dupe him into going into a larger military campaign there. But time will tell. But again, I think this was a reasonable response. It shows Iran that you can't stuff with America. You can't just punch the Americans. The Americans will sit back and do nothing. But at the same time, it doesn't necessitate a war. It's not a high cost thing. It might have some risk involved, but everything with the Middle East has got risk involved. So it is what it is. We'll see what happens.
All right, let's take a quick 60-second time out while I get myself something to sip on, and let's listen to a little. For everyone out there right now, if you guys haven't subscribed to not to Drone Tech, I always do that. Rational Wrongthink. Here's a little promo of what he has to offer on his channel. He's a good guy of why his channel lasts, and we'll be back with you in 60 seconds. Don't go anywhere.
Won't be very much longer.
Excuse me, it's ma'am. It is ma'am.
Show. This is
Jeffrey Epstein in Ukraine. Hillary is not insane. The P8 and the sex tape with Michael and Barrio. Hugh McCarthy, progressivism, propaganda, television, North Korea, Kim Jong sisters, Marilyn Monroe.
And Rat Wrong disappeared for a second there. Don't know where he went, but he will be back with us in a second. That is Rational Wrongthink, you guys, in his channel. He has a great little channel. You guys should go over there and check it out. I want to read a couple of these chats here. It says, yeah, Franny raises a good point that he could have been there too. There he is. She says, Franny says, why was Salami in Iraq to start trouble? Yeah, it could be. I've known one for almost 20 years. Great guy from Pakistan, talking about Amuz Lim. When I hit send, I've noticed that the chat dims and goes back to normal, like the censorship AI is proofreading it to make sure it doesn't have the banned words. Probably true, Mark. Probably true. It's your FBI agent watching you. I really did have an FBI agent for almost 10 years because of HARP. HARP, that's an interesting one to talk about. You ever done any research on HARP, Rational Wrongthink?
No, I haven't encountered that one, mate. What's that?
Well, it's a conspiracy theory for a long time. It's really not conspiratorial anymore. A lot of people used to say we were wearing our tinfoil hats when we talked about it, but HARP stands for High Altitude Aurora Research Project, I believe. It's been a while since I've done my HARP research, but up in Alaska, let me go back to this camera angle. Hang on a second here. Up in Alaska, they had a microwave. I don't know how many million watt microwave in Alaska that would beam. Basically, it would beam high energy microwaves up into the atmosphere, the eon atmosphere or whatever. Ionosphere. Thank you, ionosphere, eon atmosphere, whatever. Fuck you. I don't know who's in here. Somebody's. It's a D Liver. Fuck you. Hey, somebody. I don't know. Anyways, we got a troll. We got a troll up in our chat.
Oh,
no. It's in Fairbanks. It's 25 miles northwest of the thing. What's up, Suskin Lars over on D Live? He popped in. Don't know who he is, but I think I'm glad to have you. I'm reading the chat. You guys can't read it because it's on my restream chat. But anyways, it talked about how they said they were doing research for up in the ionosphere, and being able to shape or propel radio waves and communications worldwide, and that's what they said it was all about. But it was super high top secret stuff. Nobody was allowed up and by there for many years, and a lot of it was at the time was believing it had to do with, and this is where the tinfoil hat comes into place. It was for manipulation of weather modification, being able to modify the weather. So a lot of people said forever that was a joke, and that's hilarious. And then the age of the internet started really catching on, and more information started coming out. And before you know it, people started realizing that actually back in the 1950s in the UN resolution, there was a resolution put in place for that nobody was allowed to use. They all agreed they wouldn't use weather modification for warfare. And it came out.
Meaning, of course, that every country then tried to do it straight away.
Exactly right. Everybody had already been doing it, right? Or researching how to do it. Yep. And then it also touches here with Mark talking about the chemtrails, which are also something that used to be considered a conspiracy theory, and now there's patents that have been proved for weather modification and for for blocking out rays. They say it's for hazing out the sky so that they reflect some sunlight, again, to climate change and global warming and all this. A way to cool the planet and whatnot. That's where when there's patents for weather, for basically chemtrailing out there, right? So the planes that are spraying shit in the air are actually spraying shit in the air. And it used to be like, oh, you're a conspiracy theorist if you think that. No, there's actual patents about it, and it's been proven now that people are spraying stuff in the air. Well, you add that to weather modification and being able to shape the jet streams and whatnot by moving them with this electronic waves you push up there. Weather modification is a real thing. Anyways, it's I used to be much more versed on it back in my heavy conspiratorial days, but it's something that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it is. And look, the reality is we know that if governments find that there is some mechanism for nefarious activity, they're going to head down that pathway as rapidly as they can. And, for countries like us, I mean, we look at it, we consider ourselves, for the most part, I think, to be the good guys who do some bad stuff. The last thing that we want is for China, for example, to just pick a name at random, to be the only country that has the ability to modify weather. I don't think that would work well for us. So we know that there are going to be nations, like back in the old days, the Soviets were genuinely bad actors. And so we knew that they were doing things that they should not have been doing. Well, then you either have the choice of you take the moral high ground and say, we're not going to do these bad things, or you work on developing those bad things so that you can respond in kind. It's not ideal. It's not the way that you would like things to be done, but we don't live in an ideal world.
No, right.
The fact is there are bad actors. Sometimes you have to do bad things for good reasons.
Yeah.
It's a little bit Machiavellian of me, but then I am a bit of a student of Machiavelli. I like what he had to say. So,
No, I agree with you on that, and I get it. But the thing that I used to find so hilarious about the whole thing is that everyone would always deny that this is what we're doing, is that chemtrails are a joke and HARP is a joke and cloud seeding is a joke. Man, they can literally. There was that one guy from that does that on Amazon. Anyways, he's the guy who got kicked off of that one show. He's a UK guy, and he did the car show where they would drive all those different cars and. God, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I can't remember his name, but I know the guy you're talking about. Yeah.
So he did this thing on the Discovery Channel where it was down in NASA. I think it was down in Florida or something. They had this huge machine that literally created a cloud, and then 15 minutes later, it started raining. And so,
wow.
Yeah, and it's all here. I'll Google it for you. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about.
Interesting.
Yeah, let me pull this up real quick.
Could weather modification be good for, say, our fires that we have here in Australia?
Yeah.
Well, in terms of creating them, yes, and in terms of fighting them, yes. I mean, if we have the capacity to create, to generate rain, then obviously, the best way to fight our fires would be to have, to be able to generate rain as opposed to, sending people out there to fight them.
Yeah.
So it would be fantastic if we had that technology and used it for good. But again, the reality is too.
Right. So
when we create new technology, it's almost always created for nefarious purpose initially, and then it sort of gets modified to have a good use down the track.
Right. So here. Let me go back to my segment one. Here is the. Okay. So let me make this big so we can see it real good. Okay. So this isn't the exact one I was talking about. We'll find that one too, but. Yeah, that's the thing that with this weather modification, it can be used to make things rain. It can be used to make things not rain. It can be used. Actually, they've even said that they can. There was people talking about not only can they beam these radiations up into the air, they can beam them down into the ground and cause earthquakes. Like, it's a thing, And yes, China and Russia and the U.S., we all have the capabilities. It's all been hush-hush conspiracy theories, but it's becoming more and more of a reality that, we have the ability to some extent, modify the weather. So look at this, right? And they used to always tell people, no, those planes aren't spraying stuff in the air. You don't know what you're talking about.
Showing no signs of letting up. Over half the country has been affected, with the brunt bearing down on the mid and southwest, especially Nebraska, Kansas, the Dakotas, and parts of the South. Just look at that. Well, in one hard-hit area of Texas, some people have grown tired of waiting for Mother Nature to bring relief and have decided to try and take matters into their own hands. Here's ABC's Juju Chang.
Craig Funky is flying me to the edge of a violent thunderstorm.
You see how nice and crisp the top of that cloud is up there?
Yeah. But the former commercial pilot isn't some adrenaline junkie courting danger. He's a cloud seeder, chasing this menacing storm to squeeze out extra rain for the drought-stricken farmland below.
As a pilot going through school, you're taught to avoid thunderstorms.
This is Craig's job, firing chemicals into the clouds in a controversial attempt to modify the weather. He's literally a rainmaker.
Are you guys not seeing this? Damn it. Sorry.
We're not seeing it.
Sorry, guys. Let me back this up. I forgot to transition it. My bad.
Extra rain for the drought-stricken farmland below.
Sorry.
As a pilot going through school, you're taught to avoid thunderstorms.
This is Craig's job, firing chemicals into the clouds in a controversial attempt to modify the weather. He's literally a rainmaker.
That dark, thick cloud over there has lots of moisture in it.
That's part of the cloud that was seeded. It actually looks heavy with rain.
Cloud seeding has been used around the world for decades, but it's now getting a closer look as farmers desperate for solutions endure their 4th month of record-shattering drought with no end in sight. It's actually the largest drought in half a century, responsible for rising food prices and record wildfires. It's even suspected to be a cause for the recent surge in cases of West Nile virus. So we came to South Texas to find out if cloud seeding can really maximize our most precious resource, or if it's just a romantic notion that doesn't hold water.
We can't manufacture a cloud. That is just absolute basic.
No, that's not true.
We cannot make it rain if it was not going to rain to begin with.
Not true.
Tommy Shearer is president of the Texas Weather Modification Association. He's quick to explain that he can only enhance the weather, not create it.
If you look at the cloud as a factory, we're inducing a lot of raw material into the factory so that the factory becomes more efficient.
And more productive.
Consequently more productive.
His team of pilots and meteorologists are constantly scanning the skies for the right clouds to seed.
Where everybody's going to get some good rain.
After 10 bone-dry days, a promising cluster of thunderstorms is finally headed their way. Butch is today's standby pilot. He takes the first run.
Look at that.
Up in the air, we get a bird's eye view of Butch's delicate dance.
He's just working the very edge of it.
And then Butch finds the cloud sweet spot.
Okay, he's fixing to light a flare.
Okay. Oh, I see the flare.
Yeah.
It looks like he's painting the sky.
The flares are shooting millions of silver iodide and calcium chloride particles into the cloud, where they collide with drops of water and ice and produce even more moisture. Then, usually within 20 minutes...
So what is this white smoky stuff over here?
That's rain.
Oh, that's rain.
Yeah, that's rain. All this is rain out here. Turn 7 on November, turn left state. If you go out and you seed for a few hours or all day long and really know you did some good, it's a good feeling.
The radar data collected today adds to a growing body of evidence that cloud seeding works. It can double the amount of moisture in a given cloud, and the Texas programs boast a 12%
Not the kind of seeding we're talking about, Rational Wrongthink.
And long-term studies show those chemicals are environmentally safe and can't even be detected in the rainfall.
Okay, sure.
But despite all the data, some of cloud seeding's biggest critics are surprisingly the very farmers who stand to benefit most.
This isn't the first drought we've been through, and it won't be the last.
Bill Slumchinsky's family has been farming this land for 5 generations.
All right.
He and his son Brett tell us it's expensive to irrigate 300 acres of crops. All that watering cuts deeply into profits, but they are skeptical that anything short of divine intervention can actually make more rain.
What do you make of the cloud seeding program?
Well, when you've been in a drought since '96 and we've had one wet year, is it working?
We can't stop droughts. We can't break droughts.
Okay, so here they're saying that I want to find the one where they actually. I wish I could find that guy's name. Cloud Machine. Maybe I'll put Cloud Machine. See if that comes up. So, go ahead.
With my earlier comment that I put there about could cloud seeding lead to drought?
Right.
I don't see any reason why that would not potentially be true.
Yeah.
I don't know how these things work, but you have a certain amount of moisture that is in the upper atmosphere, right? You do something that artificially reduces the moisture that's there, right? Unless there is something that balances that out and causes extra evaporation to take care of that problem, then what you're going to have is less moisture in the air in particular areas because moisture's been sucked out from from somewhere else.
No, I don't think it's a good science.
That could be causing drought.
Yeah, I think that they screw it up by screwing around with it. But watch, this is the one I want you to see.
Fuel tank. It may only be 130 miles to space, but to cover that distance, the engines will use 500,000 gallons of fuel, and that works out at 2 feet to the gallon.
I don't know what this is. I hope I clicked on the right one.
Despite the cost, however, NASA does need to test these engines once in a while. So they built this place in the wetlands of Mississippi.
The music.
The first thing they installed was a huge loudspeaker, through which they played white noise to simulate the sound of a rocket.
Why?
They then sent a number of trucks in different directions out into the wilderness, and the drivers were ordered to stop when the noise levels became acceptable. This gave them an imaginary boundary line, and anyone living on the inside of it was offered a simple choice. Stay, and you'll never hear another television program as long as you live. Or take the NASA shilling and get out.
Huh, didn't know that. Interesting.
No one stayed, and NASA ended up with exactly what it wanted. 125,000 acres of nothing.
Interesting.
Jeremy Clarkson, that's his name.
They even had to move 5 cemeteries because the noise they were planning on making would wake the dead. Don't worry if you can't hear what I'm saying. I couldn't even hear myself. This is the loudest sound you could possibly conceive.
Look at all that.
And as it turns out, the cleanest. Now, the most amazing thing is that that cloud up there, which was generated by the engine, is just a mixture of hydrogen and oxygen. It's water vapor. And in about an hour's time, someone in Mississippi is going to get wet washing. It will actually rain. I told you! It's raining! That's unbelievable! Oh.
So you think about this for a second, right?
God, it's making its own weather.
Right there, he just said it. NASA's playing God. They're making their own weather. So if we have the ability, right, we are so worried about not having enough water in these drought and everything. Yeah, that probably costs a lot of money and it's really loud and so on and so forth, right? But why wouldn't we be just spraying those everywhere, building those everywhere, and especially in the drought areas, and just making our own clouds? It's like the ability's there, is my point in saying that, is that the ability is there. So
yeah, absolutely. And again, it's one of those things. It could be used for good, but human nature says that if we can manipulate weather, we'll do it to harm our enemies before we do it to benefit our friends and ourselves. That's just the way that we are. We're a stupid organism. How the hell did we get to this point?
I understand. I know. I don't. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. I believe that we are not, obviously, not told a lot of truth about a lot of stuff. We're lied to about a lot of stuff, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the cloud seeding thing, I remember as a kid, we were talking about cloud seeding, and I can't remember what it was now, but it was something like a neutralized salt, basically, that would sort of draw moisture into it, which would then basically, accumulate a critical mass and would lead to rain. So we do have that technology. But again, I do worry that if we're using this kind of stuff and we're artificially generating rain, then we are taking moisture out of that upper atmosphere from where the rain is going to come. So if you take away, there's going to be less there, which means that you're going to be getting, from what I can see of it, less rain occurring in other places. It may well be that cloud seeding and that kind of thing is actually leading to drought in other places.
I'm sure it is.
It seems reasonable, but again, I don't know. I haven't looked at the science of it, but logic would suggest that it's possible.
Well, no, and it's actually very true what you say on that, is because they've talked about how, and that's been one of my big things that I wouldn't say my go-tos, but it's like when we talk about weather modification, I'm like, wow, this could be either an unintended consequence or a very intended consequence, that we are screwing with the weather, and then it screws everything up, right? And then we blame it on climate change, and we make a lot of money off of the whole climate change movement, and then we manipulate the weather to where we want it to do what we want it to do, so that we can continue with the message that climate change is ruining the world. I know that's a bit of a large conspiracy to bite off, but it's not that necessarily far from the truth either. So
no, it's not that far-fetched at all. I mean, if you're one of the people who has got exorbitant levels of wealth and power, the last thing that you want is an extra billion people consuming the world's resources, which is going to happen as China and India continue to grow, and we have the rise of a sort of a neo middle class outside of the Western sphere. So I don't have a problem with the idea of believing that there are groups of people out there that want to manipulate the world and manipulate power, manipulate our perspective to gain control over resources. I think that anybody who doesn't believe that's happening is probably a numpty and shouldn't ever vote because they are too stupid to vote. We know that there are people out there that want to take control. It's just a matter of what they're actually doing to try to get that control for themselves.
Yeah.
And manipulating weather to me seems like a perfectly reasonable assumption that is the kind of thing that they would do if it's in their benefit, because why wouldn't they?
Yeah. Yeah,
Logic.
no. Here's one on, let's see. Oh, you know what I did have that I kind of wanted to watch was this little, I don't know if I want to go back to the Iran thing right now.
A rocket attack on the Baghdad airport kills.
I don't know if I want to go back to that right yet.
No, I think we've probably beaten that one to death, haven't
Yeah.
we? We've agreed to disagree, and we've admitted that you're wrong.
No, we didn't admit that. It's here's the one thing. Here's the one thing that worries me. I just open this up. It says that here's the one thing that'll escalate above escalation is that if they attack one of our destroyers, right? If they go and they attack. Yeah, mask is. Oh, American Joe's in the show, man. What's up? American Joe's in the show. American Joe show. Yeah, you better get that mask straight, dude.
I'm trying. It just doesn't want to go straight, man. It's turned on me. It's come out of the closet. I don't know what's going on.
Welcome to glad to have you, American Joe. Sorry, I had to take a drink. I got to take the cap off because it takes too long to get a drink. Yeah, no. The one thing that worries me about the reprisal that Iran's talking about now is that they're talking about how a destroyer could be on the list. Now, if they hit one of our destroyers, then it's on like Donkey Kong, and then we're in a full-fledged war at that point. This isn't a tit for tat now. This is a straight and man, they are so effing pissed off beyond belief at this whole thing to where I don't know, man. It's such a tinderbox, man, of just ready to explode in flames, and that's I think what worries me. I just don't want to see our boys, our men and women's blood shed, over something that's unnecessary, and it's like I don't know. Yeah, we did beat this one up earlier. I don't know if I want to get back.
No, look, and again, I agree with you on that too. In an ideal world, as I said, we wouldn't be there. Hopefully Iran don't. You'd like to think that
they're
American
gonna.
technology.
No, they're gonna. It's just how bad are they gonna respond, and what will our response to their response be? And it's just like I said in my video, it could be just this. I think the dominoes have already been knocked over, but it could just be one. It just depends, man. It just depends what happens, how they respond. It's gonna happen.
The Machiavellian in me sort of thinks that if they do hit a US destroyer, a US ship somewhere in that region, that the only way to respond is to basically level the entire country, or certainly to level everywhere that the people with power are. I don't think you want to be necessarily killing the civilians, but you want to take out their power structure. Just bomb them out of the ability to engage in nefarious activity for a while.
Yeah.
It's not a good way to go. I would much rather live in a world that was at peace, but we're just not there, and it's not going to happen. It's not a realistic aim at this point in time. So, hopefully the Iranians aren't stupid enough to engage in this type of violence. But the reality of it is, we know that these guys are lunatics. I mean, I think Ahmadinejad was quite happy to go on record and say that he would nuke Israel if he got the chance, even though it would, do significant damage to his own people, because these guys are lunatics and they don't care.
Yeah, they really don't care.
The Iranis do worry me in the sense that they are the people who really are very big on pushing to get the Mahdi and pushing to get this sort of global conflagration that is going to bring about the end of the world. I'm not talking about the Iranian people. I'm talking about the psycho-religious leaders over there.
Yeah,
they are all about trying to do what they need to do to bring about the end of the world, because they actually believe that Muhammad's psychopathic ideas are a legitimate religion somehow. So. Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, hang on a second. We're gonna get somebody on the line here.
Yeah.
We can get somebody on the line, get his thoughts on this.
So who's the someone, or is it a surprise?
It's a surprise.
Yeah.
He better answer. I know he's not away right now.
Rob, Drone Tech.
Hang on. What's going on, American Joe? How are you?
How you doing, buddy?
Good, man. Can you guys hear that? We got American Joe on the line. I knew he wasn't busy because he was on my chat, so I thought I'd bring him online for a second. So
I can't be on the live show.
You what? I couldn't hear that. Come again, brother.
You guys can't hear me out there?
You guys can hear him? Can you hear him? I think so. Got him on the. Let me make sure he's turned up all the way here. Got him on my speakerphone, but my speakerphone can be dumb sometimes. In-call volume's all the way up. There we go. Yeah. So yeah, we got you. I think we can hear you. I'll turn you up a little bit here. I know what I'll do.
What's happening?
What is happening? So let me do this. So American Joe, what are your thoughts on all this, my friend, on when it comes to this Iran thing?
Well, what did I come in on here? I just jumped on the live stream. So what are you guys exactly talking about? Retaliation?
Yeah, well, I was basically just hitting on some points that and I don't know if you've watched any of my videos recently on that, but just how I'm not real happy necessarily that we did it. And Rational was like, he isn't too upset that we did it. And I mean, I understand. I don't know. I just don't want to get us. You know my stance on this stuff is I don't want to get us in any kind of a war. And I know that Iran we've been itching to get after Iran for quite some time.
Well, we've never stopped war. We've been at war from since 2001. So to me, if I said this on my live show last night. If you drop a Hellfire missile on a terrorist forehead, doesn't bother me one little bit. I mean, it's just another act of war that we've been at for 18, 19 years now. He's obviously a bad guy. I mean, a lot of these guys go through life murdering, torturing people for decades and never get any form of justice. So it doesn't bother me. And as far as escalation, I mean, you think Iran needs any reason? They keep doing crap all the time, so it isn't like they need any special reason to do what they do. They just do what they do because they're idiots.
Yeah.
So, it's one more dead bad guy out there, and we'll see where it goes. I'm not a warmonger. I don't like to, think about war either. But if we're in a war, I want to win the war. So I don't like wars that just go on and on and on.
Yeah. No,
but I am pretty impressed. I think what it was, well, first of all, we don't know the kind of intelligence that Trump is receiving, right? So they tell us that there was intelligence, that there was an imminent attack that could take the lives of dozens or hundreds of American servicemen and women and civilians, but we don't know the details, and that could be just all completely made-up garbage. And it may not be made up by Trump. It may be made up by the intelligence agencies that provided it to Trump.
Right.
We know there's a lot of war hawks within the administration. Pompeo is one of them.
Right.
Pompeo wants an ongoing war. So it's very possible that Trump was provided with false intelligence to make something happen. That's possible. Another possibility is the truth is that we have this one opportunity to nail this guy who just puts himself out there, out on the open, all kinds of like he doesn't give a crap that we're around, and put himself in a really bad position, and we just sent the hellfire for him,
Yeah.
But then there's this whole conspiracy side of my brain that says, so the only evidence we have that this guy is dead is they found the ring finger with the ring on it that he wears. That's the evidence we have.
Yeah. And did you see?
That sounds like such made-up crap right there.
Well, hey, that's funny you bring that up is because did you see what Mike Cernovich put out on Twitter? He put a picture of the ring that was on his finger when he was alive, right? What it looked like, and then the picture they put out there of after to confirm his death. It was two different. The ring wasn't the same ring, and so it's kind of like, wait a minute, So that is something that is the conspiracy side of me. Same thing there goes. And that's the problem that I have with all this is that we live now in such an era of fake news, and we have been lied to by administrations in the past to get us involved in wars, right? And false flags have happened to where it's like, and they were lying about so much crap going on in Syria, so much crap going on in Libya, and all this other. We've been lied to so many times. it's hard. I wish that I could just believe what they're telling me is the truth, and I could say, okay, this is what the deal was, and we had to do this. But I just don't know if that's the case. Does that make sense?
Well, yeah. When you watch the media, they're going to take. There's this clip they show of a bunch of people over in Iraq in the streets, okay, and they're carrying this big Iraqi flag that's like 100 feet long over their heads. And when you watch Fox News, they'll tell you that those people are celebrating the death of Salami, right?
Right.
And then when you watch CNN, they show the same exact footage from across the street, same 100-foot flag, and they say, you know, Iraqis mourning the loss of Salami. So it's like, these people, I mean, they show the same exact footage.
Yeah.
And where do you even get a 100-foot rollout flag that you take down to march in the streets just laying around? Somebody's got that 100-foot flag laying around. Right. All right, guys, well, something happened. We finally get to walk outside with our 100-foot flag. So it's just all weird, man. And, you know, you can't trust anything the news says at all, you know.
Right.
So,
and that is a problem, isn't it?
That networks are pushing their own narratives. The Fox is out there saying what a bad guy Salami is. That, you know, it's a better world without him, which I agree with.
Right.
Shockingly, you know, and then you have the CNNs of the world, you know, saying how, you know, it was Iran's top general and he was an ISIS fighter or a fighter of ISIS. Well, who isn't an enemy of ISIS?
Yeah.
Except ISIS.
Right. Exactly. No, there's so many...
you're either with ISIS or you're against ISIS, right? I mean,
right. No, and there's so many moving parts to this whole thing that it's hard to know, but it's to me, I support our president, I support Trump, but when it comes to us getting out of war and not putting us in any kind of a position that's going to rank up another one or get us closer to war, I'm going to always stay true. And I'll get pissed. People will get pissed at me. I know I looked on here. I think I lost 1 or 2 subscribers because I'm always going to be the person that says I'm going to stand by what I believe. And that doesn't mean I'm going to agree with our president on every decision he makes. That means he's still my president. I still support him. I still pray for him, and I still believe in him, right? But it's like when he's doing things that are like, dude, this goes. You may know something I don't know, and I will give you the credit on that to say I gotta trust you. But I'm still gonna speak up when I think there's something that is that is going against who you said or what you said you were gonna do, and getting us closer to a war worries me, and I speak up on that. I hope that makes sense to everyone out there that's listening.
Well, and I wouldn't even worry about your subscriber count. You don't really know who's leaving your channel because they just get tired of seeing a lot of videos in their feed or what's happened. There's a million reasons people unsubscribe from channels. I would just continue to be authentically yourself. People will appreciate, you know, Steve being Steve as opposed to you being something you're not.
Yeah.
You know? So just be you, give your authentic opinions on everything, and you're going to find that there's probably a few million people out there that want to hear what you got to say because they like who you are, not because you follow in lockstep with a bunch of other idiots out there in the world who follow ideas.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
we're not the left. We don't have to agree with each other on everything to be together.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm. It's pretty interesting because I'm what I consider a far right winger, you know, but I freaking hate war. I think anybody who served probably does hate war.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I do believe some of what Reagan said, and I do believe that, you know, one of the best ways to prevent all-out war is to show that you're strong as hell, and that if anybody hits you, you hit them back really hard, really fast, and make them sorry they hit you.
Yeah.
Just like a bully on the playground.
Yeah.
And you hear what Trump said. He came out and told Iran right on the open, listen, do what you're going to do. We've got 52 targets locked down, and we will hit you hard, and we will hit you fast. Yeah. So they got to know what's my next move here, right? Because they just did another missile strike on in a green zone over in Iraq. I believe it was Iraq.
Yeah.
And 0 deaths. Okay.
Yeah.
That is pathetic. Okay. If you're going to do a missile strike, a retaliation, and you have 0 deaths.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even know what the hell you're doing. So you're fighting the wrong people if you're up against Americans like that, because we, with precision, will take out who the hell we want to take out when we want to take them out.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
You know, so. You got to be sitting over there going, if Salami was the other night, who's next?
Right.
Where's that Hellfire missile going to land next?
I know. Don't you hate to be the second guy in line after Salami? You're like, no, I do not want this. I do not want the post. Give it to someone else. They're like, I looked up the guy who replaced him because I wanted to find out. I forget his name, but I was just thinking to myself, oh man, it sucks to be that guy right now. It sucks to be promoted on that movie, that guy. Oh man!
I played on my live stream last night. I played a video of a Hellfire missile and what it does to a tank, like a heavily armored tank.
Yeah.
It turns it into little bitty pieces instantly.
Yeah.
So you got to be thinking, man. Even if I roll around in a tank all day, they can still come for me.
Yeah.
And there's nothing I can do about it.
It's not going to be a good day, man. At the end of it all. Well, hey, man, I appreciate you jumping on for a minute, everybody. This is American Joe. He has been a supporter of mine since he found my channel, and he's got a really good following. If you guys, I don't have a ton of people. I'm not giving you a huge promo right now, Joe. I got 10 people in here right now. But if you guys haven't subscribed to American Joe, get over there and follow his stuff. He's awesome, and I love the guy. And I appreciate you answering the phone, my friend. And thanks for giving me a call this Christmas. That made my day. The funny thing on that was I was in the car with my family, and then my daughter's biological dad. He was up visiting, so we were all going to the Christmas lights, and he's more liberal on his liberal leaning, lives down in L.A. Great guy, really nice guy, yeah, so he's like, oh, who's that? And I go, that's American Joe. He's one of my, he's a friend of mine. He's got a channel on YouTube. He's a guy I've networked with, and he's always been just really great to me. And so, anyways, it was just it was nice props right then because I got my little YouTube channel, and and so it was fun to get a call from you, and I really appreciated it, man.
Yeah, I got a funny story for you real quick. I was shopping last night with my wife. We're over at Dick's Sporting Goods, right?
Yeah.
And I am texting back and forth with Brad Bishop over at the Lions Republic.
Uh-huh.
So I sent him a text message. I don't remember what it was about. And then I put the phone in my back pocket, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then about a minute later, I feel that my phone buzz again. So I pull my phone out, and I read it, and Brad texts me back, and he goes, oh, yeah, well, I love you too, man. I scroll up, and when I put my phone in my pocket, it selected one of those, pre-made text messages, and it said, I love you.
Joe, I didn't know you.
So I texted.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I texted back really fast. Damn it, that's my phone. But I do love you, but not that way.
No, in a completely heterosexual way. I love you. That's funny, man. That's funny. Well, hey, I'm gonna jump off there and get back with Rational. But hey, thanks for answering, man, and we love you, and keep on keeping on, brother.
All right, good night. Good night, Rational.
All right,
yeah,
man.
Good night, mate. It was kind of good to talk to you, even though I didn't really say much.
All right, dude. Later.
Catch you, mate.
Yeah, he couldn't hear because I had it on phone, so he wouldn't be able to hear you. So sorry, Rational. So you just got to listen. So that's American Joe, everybody. See, that's what we do. We just call up our buddies and they answer. That's awesome. I love American Joe. He's great. So
yeah, he's good value.
So hey, we got. Why don't we switch gears here a little bit? Here, let me pick up my guitar. You guys, this is the total free. The alcohol's kicking in. I can't say it. Free flow and live stream.
Free flow. Yeah.
Free flow. Let's try to write a song. Here.
While you're doing that,
let me grab my acoustic.
So while he's doing that, SJG has got his new song done. It's brilliant. Except he's rudely talking over me.
So this is for.
Stop over me, dude.
So since I don't have, let me put my headphones back on so I can hear what's going on. Since I don't have...
he's such a wanker. Oh, shit, he can hear me again. Sorry.
I can hear you again. You can shut up now. Since I don't have any free merch to give to anybody, right? Because I don't have merch yet. That's why. But I want to give a shout out to Neo Bohemian, to Deanie, to Richo, 8181, and Franny Pierce. I don't know if Franny's still here. She might have dropped off. But we need to write a song for Neo. Can you write this down? You got something to write with?
No, man, I haven't. Sorry, dude. I normally do, but not today.
You don't have a pen or a piece of paper in your house? Or on your laptop?
I do, but nowhere near here. No. I'd have to go for a run to find some.
You can't open up on your laptop there, or your computer can't open up a little notepad and jot down these names. I need you to remember these names.
Bloody hell. Hang on.
Bloody hell. Bloody hell yourself, man. Or maybe you can just remember. Oh, Neo's in here. Sweet. Neo's in here. Neo Bohemian. We got to write a song. If you can remember them, I just don't know how long memories last for Australians. I feel like they don't.
Yeah, not that long, mate. So we got Neo, Franny. Who else?
What's that? We got Neo Bohemian, like Bohemian Rhapsody. Deanie. Richo, 8181. And Franny Pierce. Oops.
Okay, I'm missing one, but anyway.
I know, right? Neo Bohemian said. Neo said you can't get good help these days.
I'm wearing a mask. It does obscure the vision just a tad.
There you go. So, I don't know how we started out. We're just gonna scratch track this a couple times. We may change it around. We'll just make it a real simple chord progression to you. Well, I did. So maybe we do something that I did a long stream the other night. Wanted to talk. I did a long stream the other night, talking about Iran and the upcoming fight. Talked about Trump dropping hellfires. It brought me fear and didn't inspire. No, maybe.
Or maybe something about the media being liars. Something like that,
being liars. Okay. You know what? Here, let me write this down real quick. I just got to jot down some notes here. Let me pull my. See, I come prepared, so I have a piece of paper and a writing utensil.
Well, so, I normally do, mate, but you threw this at me really quick. You know?
Actually, let's do it this way. Let's write this song this way instead of the guitar right now. Let's people in the chat can kick in on this, okay? And then I'll put it to music. But here we're gonna go. We're gonna go.
Get them to write the lines for themselves. You know, Franny and whoever else, Neo, Bohemian.
Neo's in here. I don't know if Franny's still here. Neo, do you want a line in there about something? You let me know. But we did a long stream. I did a long stream the other night. We'll start it out with that. Okay.
Trump and Iran and the upcoming fight or something.
Okay, yeah. With Trump, we'll talk. I did a long stream the other night about salami. Well, maybe we do this about salami, Iran, about Iran's salami, and wait a second, about salami.
Yeah, you got to kind of get some sexual innuendo in there about the penetrating salami.
Exactly. About Trump. about salami and Trump. Could be a fight, maybe. Be a fight. This is totally off the. See here. Let's see what we got here. Holy crap! I gotta be creative. Yeah, you don't have to be, but if you have a thought, you can do it. No way. No. Rat wronging. At least there's no math. They're cracking on you, dude. I did a long stream the other night about salami and Trump. There could be a fight. Bohemian Groves. No, that doesn't make sense. Come on, Mr. Lyricist up there in Australia, help me out.
Yeah, no, there's not really anything coming to me at the moment.
Okay, so
but I didn't see the stream either, so it's kind of hard to get the context for it.
I don't care. Just give me some thoughts on. I talked about. You watched the stream today. It was basically a microwaved version of that. It was basically the same stuff. Just talking about how we were going to fight, and it made me cry for Mama. What did he say? Franny's still here. I went and bought my own Hellfire food for my livestock till spring. What? Okay, something about Hellfire. Franny Pierce said she wants something about. Holy crap! I got to be creative. Franny Pierce said I went and bought my own Hellfire and food for my livestock till spring. So we'll do for Franny. We'll do. We got to put Hellfire in there. Okay, maybe I started it off wrong, Rational. Can you help me here? I'm on a live stream.
Well, I don't know, man. I'm trying. I mean, you had something about like the hellfires and the media being liars.
Okay, yeah. Hang on a second here. Hang on. Muhammad Allah Hassan Akbar is in here. He's a very good lyricist too, so he will help. Muhammad Allah Hassan Akbar, you just joined us. I'm writing a song for Neo Bohemian, Deanie, Richo 8181, and Frankie Pierce because they watched Franny. Did I say Frankie? I meant to say Franny.
Frankie.
I'm sorry.
Man, that gender change operation that you just had, Franny, it was a success, and we congratulate you. Well, you go put that in, mate.
Even though gender, whatever, it's fine. We're gender inclusive here. It's Franny, not Frankie. Okay, anyways, we're writing a song for them because they watched my stream the whole way through, and so I wanted to be able to write them something to say thank you. So I'm writing them a song because that's what I do. So Salami got a gun. Salami got a gun. That's good too, Tyler. We could do that one too. Oh man, there's gonna be fluid, baby. There's gonna be. So we got Hellfire Missile. Hellfire Missile came from out of sight. I'm just gonna put that down because I like that line. Hellfire Missile came from out of sight. What would we rhyme with that? I'm just gonna throw some lyrics down that rhyme and then we'll glue them all together. Instead of making the whole song go through. So Hellfire Missile
something
came
about
from out of sight.
Soleimani's 72 virgins sounding all right, maybe?
Oh, yeah, or maybe Soleimani, like Richo, will get 81, not 72 virgins that night. Because see, I'm incorporating Richo 81 with 70, maybe.
Ah, yeah.
See what I'm saying there? Hellfire Missile came from out of sight.
The fact that you're calling Richie a virgin and saying that Soleimani's going to do him in hell, in paradise, is
okay, dude. I just got to weave his name in. That's the whole thing. I just got to weave their name in.
You could have had a better way to do it than saying he's going to get banged in the coin by a bloody Islamic terrorist.
Because that's what you're thinking. That's not what I'm thinking. I'm not being that twisted. I'm just saying Hellfire Missile came from out of sight. Richo.
That's all good, man. Just go with the flow.
81 virgins are better. Richo 81 virgins, not 72. All right. I'm just putting that down. Maybe that doesn't work. Not 72.
Yeah, no, it's a rock.
All right.
We'll just get some ideas down and
yeah. Hellfire Missile came from out of sight. Richo 81 virgins, not 72. All right. Okay. This is good. We're getting somewhere. We got Richo possibly out of the way. I'm an Apache helicopter. Somebody said that. Mohammed said that. We know that, Mohammed. We also know you like goats. So that doesn't you like fresh.
Maybe Frankie's sex change operation went well, and Soleimani's now in hell. Just random accumulations of.
But it's not Frankie. It's Franny. We've already.
Yeah, I know that. But you called her Frankie. So we just go with
Frankie when it's Franny. I made a mistake. Called you Frankie, not Franny. Please don't get those. I made a mistake. I called you Frankie, not Franny. Please don't get mad and turn a wad into panties. You know, panties in a wad, but panties at the end. So I don't know if that's a good line for her. She might be mad because I'm like but you guys, this song is just a nonsense song weaving you guys in and making you famous. So please. Mohammed, I was talking about goats and it offended Mohammed again. Okay, so we gotta go. Frankie, not Franny. Don't get your. I'm sorry, I put
Don't get a wad in your panties.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. This would not be a live stream. I'll probably get yelled at because I've went too long. It's my wife. Hey, babe, you're on live with SJG Perspective. How are you? What's going on? I'm writing a song right now, live. Yeah, she got a ride from her friends. Got a ride, so they're good. Yes.
Kevin Bloody
Pete says in Dr. Pepper.
Tyler, another Aussie.
Pepper.
Aussies everywhere.
I don't care. You could do that too, but they wanted Dr. Pepper, so get them Dr. Peppers.
Great line. I know you won't know tranny.
She just wanted Dr.
Sorry,
Pepper.
I called you Frankie, not Franny.
I don't know. I haven't even been inside. I don't know. Yeah, I would just say get Don't worry about the boys. And if you did go into, it'd be just as fast to go into Little Caesars because they have those pizzas ready to go and they have the Dr. Pepper right there.
So you make your own content, Tyler. I'll have to check you out, man.
Okay, all right. Sorry, guys. That was my wife. She calls, as we all know. That's just how life goes. So wait, what did Frankie say? Franny say? I said it again. Damn it. You have screwed my brain up, dude. Check out my chainsaw video. I did, Franny, I checked out your chainsaw video today. Actually, that's a great idea, Franny. That's so weird you said that. She got a nice Husqvarna Turbo something or other. I checked out her video. She's like just it was like a little more chainsaw than the wood needed though, Franny. Let's be realistic. You were murdering those little sticks with that big ass old chainsaw of yours. Which I was jealous of your chainsaw because I hesitate to admit this on camera, but I'm going to do it because I've had a little shot of whiskey. Is that I haven't bought myself a gas powered one because I barely use my chainsaw, and I bought an electric one. And I swear my man card should be yanked. My man card should be yanked that I bought an electric chainsaw. And then we got Franny. Yeah. We got Franny, who's got this badass Husqvarna Turbo something or other, 40-inch or 20-inch bar. It wasn't a 40-inch. It was maybe a 24-inch bar. And she just but she was chopping little sticks with it, man. And I was like, that seems like a bit of overkill for that chainsaw. I'm not gonna lie, Franny.
And there's you with your little pissy electric one going trying to cut through a stick, and you're still there for an hour. Just get an axe, man.
I know. Okay, so anyway, so we got and Mohammed.
Electric chainsaw, is that code for dildo? Or is it an actual thing? I've never heard of an electric chainsaw.
I do have chainsaw envy, but Bohemian, I really do. She was chopping that thing. She was using that thing. It was cool. It was hot. Just kidding. There's one thing you can do to remove your man card. That is one thing you can do to remove a man card is you buy an electric chainsaw that is a piece of crap. And it was a Black & Decker, no less, okay? It was a Black & Decker. No. But don't worry, I'm going to get me a steel. I have my eye on a nice steel, actually. But after watching that video, I might get me a Husqvarna.
My gaydar's starting to tingle while you're talking, man. You want to stop now because it's like,
we know your gaydar radar is good because you gotta know who you're picking up when you go out. So you're
hey, dude.
Anyway, okay, so hey,
I do like the line about Franny not being a tranny, even though you called her Frankie.
Franny. It's Franny, not Frankie, or it's Frank. It's not Frankie.
It's not Frankie, it's Franny, and she ain't no tranny.
Yeah, there it is. That's the line right there. It's not Frankie, it's Franny. There it is. It's not Frankie. It's Franny. It's Franny. Okay. And with
now we're going to get something here about her using a man's chainsaw.
Who has a Husqvarna and she ain't a tranny. Is that because we're not, I don't want to, this can't be a diss on them. That isn't, it's not Frankie,
no, that's
it's
not
Franny.
A diss. You can say she uses a man's chainsaw, but she ain't no tranny.
Yeah, she uses a man's chainsaw, but she ain't a tranny. That's perfect. She uses a man's chainsaw. But she ain't no tranny. She ain't no tranny. Oh, that's so classic and great. Is that acceptable to you, Franny, for your line? Is that acceptable? Okay, people are liking it so far. She's laughing. We got to get her buy-off on it, too. Ultimately, it is my song, though, Franny, so I have the ultimate say on this. But I will take your input on it. Since you listened to the whole live stream.
I get 50% of the non-existent royalties, of course, for helping write this thing.
So we'll wait for her to respond here. She has 6. How do you need 6 chainsaws, Franny, when all you're doing is you're cutting little sticks? I'm not understanding this right now. Jeez.
She's like the Ingwe Malmsteen of chainsaws, man. Got one in each arm and use them under the feet.
And it's not Frankie, it's Franny. She uses a man chainsaw, but I got to figure out how I'm going to fit that. Yeah, she likes it. So it's not Frankie, it's Franny. She has a chainsaw and she ain't a tranny. I'll make it fit. I'll work it through. I'll make it fit. I've got the basic lines there.
You just have to wrap it.
Hellfire missile come from out of sight. Rico 81, virgins not 72. All right. It's a Frankie, not Franny. She uses it. It's Frankie, not Franny. Operates a chainsaw, but not a tranny. Maybe I'll do operates a chainsaw, not got a man chainsaw, but not a tranny.
Well, you could have it. You could layer it. So you could have like as you're finishing off one line, the other one is starting underneath.
Yeah.
And sort of coming in. You know what I mean? Like there's plenty of ways that you can get around it.
That's right. That's what she said. Okay, so
you just slip it in underneath.
So we got a new Neo Bohemian Grove where we got a Bohemian Grove. This is what I'm thinking. Something Bohemian Grove where not Frankie, but Franny.
Again,
that was intentional.
Of course it was.
We have Neo Bohemian Grove where Franny is coming in to chop down the grove with her chainsaw. No? Maybe too much? Too much?
Yeah, no, yeah, we could probably get there. I mean, we're just free flowing at the moment, so we just run with what we come up with.
Neo Bohemian, not like the Grove, but or Simeon. Just kidding. Sorry, something rhymed with Bohemian. That was so Union. Oh God,
Neo Bohemians loving the Simeon.
That's terrible. Oh man, I'm gonna have to pour myself another drink.
Sorry, dude. We're just free balling here.
No pun intended. Actually, pun intended. Where's Muhammad? Did he jump out already, or is he still here?
Yeah. I think he got excited and had to go and find one of his goats.
Yeah, he got hungry for a goat, man. Muhammad did. He did. So we have okay. I did a long stream. The other night, Belt, Salami, and Trump. There could be a fight. Hellfire missile came from out of sight. Rico 81, Virgin's not 72. All right. Frankie, not Franny, she used. Frankie, not Franny with the chainsaw. She's not a Frankie, not Franny with the chainsaw. She's not. No, I gotta figure that flow out. There's a lot to put into that. It's
Frankie, not Franny with the man's chainsaw. Yeah. She's not a tranny. And then go into another one or
not
something.
Anymore. That would be terrible.
She's not a tranny anymore.
No,
that's beautiful.
Was. No, it is not. This is not meant to rip on my subs. It's meant to glorify them.
This is a burn on your subs, bro.
Yes.
Oh, man, you're going to have less subs than me soon.
Look at that. See, they used to call her Frankie in school, so we could use Frankie. We could use Frankie. See, I didn't even know that. Don't put the chainsaw on your wood. We got it. There's some gold here. This is getting delightfully disturbing. Tyler said, don't put the chainsaw on your wood. It's Frankie, not Franny, with the chainsaw. And her chainsaw... Her chainsaw is good.
Or Frankie will become Franny for good.
Her chainsaw is good. It's Frankie, or it's Franny, not Frankie. Her husky chainsaw is good. Don't get her mad because she might put it on your wood.
No.
We can do that.
I was gonna say, yeah. Don't put the chainsaw on your wood.
Yeah,
or Frankie
we could say,
will
don't make her
become
mad
Franny for good. But that's kind of dissing on her again.
What did you say? I didn't catch it. Maybe I shouldn't.
Oh, I said don't put the chainsaw on your wood, or Frankie will become Franny for good. But that's kind of dissing on her again. But it's funny.
She just said, she goes, remember, I own firearms. That's true. That's true.
Right. Australia's a long way away.
Franny, we love you. And so this is all done in however this works out. It's all done in complete, gist.
In Australia, we only insult our friends.
Yeah,
so,
that's why I rip on him, because he is Australian. He's not that smart.
That's right. It's a sign of affection.
It is. It's not Frankie. This is Frankie once throwing me for a loop. It's not Frankie. It's Franny. Her husky chainsaw is good. It's not Frankie, it's Franny, and her husky chainsaw is good. If you piss her off, if you piss her off, she's likely to use it on your wood.
Yeah, if you call her a tranny, she'll
if
cut
you
down
call
your
her,
wood.
If you insinuate she's a tranny, she'll cut off your wood. No.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's fine for now. Like we can.
Okay.
We can jazz it up a bit later.
Okay. It's Frankie, not Franny. Her husky chainsaw is good. Oh yeah, her husky chainsaw is good.
Call her a tranny and she'll cut off your wood.
Call her.
This is
but
it's
you
almost.
call her-
Is this being done to the tune of "Don't worry, be happy"?
I
It
don't know
kind of
what
has
tune
that
it is
vibe
yet.
to
I
it,
don't
man.
know what tune it is yet. I guess I got this like kind of happy-go-lucky tune in my head. But
Call her a
it's not
tranny,
Frankie,
she'll cut
it's
off your
Franny.
wood, but don't
Her
worry,
husky
be happy.
And her husky chainsaw is good, but if you piss her off, she's likely to cut off your wood. Yeah.
But don't worry,
I
be
got it.
happy.
But if you piss her off, she's likely to cut off your wood. Likely to cut off your wood. Off your
But don't
wood.
worry, be happy.
Off your wood.
Because it has that vibe to it, just the tune that you've been singing.
Oh, yeah, it's true. Or she might decide that she will shoot you in the face. She's got a Glock. She's got a Glock 20. She's got a Glock 20, 22.
It's how far you want to go with the not being a tranny thing, because Glock rhymes with cock.
Got a rifle, a shotgun. No, I live in Florida. Saw off your wood, yeah. Yeah, she's likely to saw off your... She's likely to not cut. She's likely to saw off your wood. Saw.
Yep.
There we go. Off your... Okay, so let's just see what we got so far. I did a stream the other night about salami. I did a stream the other night about salami and Trump could be a fight. Hellfire missile came from out of sight. Rico 81, Virgin's not 72. All right, it's Frankie, not Franny. Her husky chainsaw, it's good. But if you piss her off, she's likely to saw off your wood. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. We can tune it up. So we got Richo in there. We got Franny in there. We still need Dino and Bohemian. Okay, so should we go to saw off your wood? You could try to hide yourself in the neo Bohemian. That's going to be a tough one to sing. In the neo Bohemian.
In the Bohemian Grove.
Yeah, in the neo. You could try to hide in Neo's Bohemian. Bohemian. You could try to hide in Neo's Bohemian.
Bohemian Grove.
Bohemian Grove. Yeah, let's just put that down for now. You could run and hide. You could run and hide.
Neo's Bohemian Grove.
In Neo's how do you say that? Bohemian. I want to say B. Bohemian. Ah, damn it. Bohemian Grove. Bohemian. I'm going to just
Now we need words that rhyme with Grove.
Bohemian Grove. I'm just going to phonetically spell it too, so it makes it easier to say it when I'm singing it. You could run and hide in Neo's Bohemian. Bohemian. Damn it. Bohemian Grove. What's going to rhyme with Grove?
Yeah, that's what I was just trying to think of. Clove. Mauve.
Drove.
Drove.
Dove.
Dove, yeah.
Or dive down into Deanie's. No, that's not. No, that wouldn't work out. That'd be another rip. That'd be
But it's so much easier to rip people than be nice to them in a parody.
I know. This is gonna owe you merch to @Frank. After this, he's gonna owe you merch. I know, that's true, man. It's like it's gonna turn into like, hey guys, I'm gonna write you a song. Lucky you. And then they'll be like, what the frick was that, dude? You are never listening to it. Not only am I not listening to you. Not only am I not listening to you, I am unsubscribing right as we speak. Okay, so you could run and hide in Neo Bohemian Grove.
Or you'll end up in Franny's stove.
Or, well, it doesn't really gonna all listic on. I know, right? I am. I'm getting totally listic on you. So you could try to run and hide it. You could run and hide in Neo Bohemian Grove, just like and do a child sacrifice. It worked for Bush and. I'm trying to tie in how they did that, the Bohemian Grove. The Illuminati. If she doesn't get you, the Illuminati maybe we don't believe Bohemian. Maybe we do Rhapsody. You could try to. You could. Damn it! This is turning out to be harder than I thought it was going to be, because I got to weave all these names in.
Yeah, it's all right. We've got a few good lines there. We can just sort of work on it offline at some point anyway. And
No. That's not the point. This is the point right now. We are having good mojo right now with this. We are going to write the song. Trove.
Okay, fair enough.
Trove. Treasure Trove. Look at Neo. Neo pulled it out. Treasure Trove. You're not a lot of help right now, Rational.
Cheers, mate.
Jeez, man, you write all these great parodies and you're this amazing lyricist and you can't come up with Treasure Trove? We got to give it to Neo Bohemian? Neo comes up with his own line? Good line, Neo, by the way. Good line. You could run and hide in Neo Bohemian Grove and find all the... but she'll find you, but something treasure trove. Now, you better come through on this.
Something about Dino's treasure trove, mate.
Oh, yeah.
We still got to get Dino in there.
Yeah, I know. You could run and hide in Neo Bohemian Grove, or
where you find Dino's treasure trove.
Yeah, or climb and hide in something Deanie's, or maybe run and what? Go say what?
Oh yeah, so where you'll find Dino's treasure trove. It kind of gives it a little bit of a gayish kind of vibe, though. I don't know if you want to go that way.
Neo Bohemian Grove, and you might just find Deanie's treasure trove. There we go. And there we go, because it doesn't totally have to make sense, for crying out loud. You might just find Deanie's treasure trove. Oh, sweet. Okay, so I think we've got them all now. Let's just see. Let's rework this and then let's record it. Okay. Rat couldn't help with writing this song because he was busy stroking the bong.
Stroking the bong.
Stoking the bomb. I thought I said stroking, but it was stoking. Okay, hang on a second, guys. I need one more drink while we do this. Hang on a second.
I've never had it called a bong before. Stroking the bong.
I'm classy. Look at this. I got my $100 bottle of bourbon in my classy little I don't know, liquor. Yeah, I'm getting to the end of this thing. So put that I should have that closer. I like it in the background, but I should have it closer. Okay, here we go. Okay, so let me take another sip. Goes down smooth like butter. Not really. Goes down like alcohol. Okay, so let's reread this a little bit here. Is everybody still with me? We having a good time in here? Is this fun? I know. You know what? Maybe we should have been doing this the whole time instead of trying to be serious. We should have just been having fun, dude.
Yeah, well, I'm having fun. I'm enjoying it.
I'm having fun. Are you guys having fun? Give us some thumbs up out there if you're having fun. Let us know if you guys are being entertained right now. Are we entertaining you?
Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained? Throw some shrimp on the barbie. Can you say that for us,
it's
please?
just so English, dude.
Can you say that for us, please?
Throw a shrimp on the barbie.
There we go. Throw a shrimp on the barbie. How do I talk? How do I talk Australian again? I have to lazy my mouth out.
Yeah. Just sound like you've had a stroke midway through your second bottle of tequila. That's pretty much it, mate. Be as lazy as you can.
I'll throw some shrimp on the barbie.
No, but you still. But,
I don't know how to do that, dude.
You're trying to put on an accent. Stop trying to put on an accent, and
how
that might help.
Well, how do you try to not put on an accent, mate?
Yeah, see, now you just sound British.
I did not sound British. Oh, okay, here we go. All right. I did a long stream the other night about salami and Trump. There could be a fight. Hellfire missile came from out of sight. Rico 81 virgins, not 72. All right, it's not. And it's not Frankie, it's Franny, her husky. It's not Frankie, it's Franny. And her husky chainsaw is good, but if you piss her off, she'll likely saw off your wood. You could run and hide in Neo Bohemian Grove and might just find Deanie's treasure trove. But okay, now we got to do the chorus. SJG Perspective, something. SJG is where. Okay, let's do a chorus now, where I can just loop the chorus a couple times. SJG is where it's at. He's really good looking, funny, amazing, and all of that.
No, I don't think so, mate.
I think that's a great chorus, man.
Yeah, of course you do. Oh no.
Yeah.
What's that? What's that kid? You know, the trans kid, the amazing what's he called?
Desmond.
Oh, amazing Desmond. Oh, it's a pity that's such a sucky name because I was going to try to rhyme that in with you somehow. You know.
SJG is amazing, kinda like that kid drag queen.
yeah.
SJG is amazing. There we go. Like that
child drag queen.
Like that kid that's a drag queen. That kid that's a
except Desmond is not quite as gay.
I probably shouldn't put all these buzzwords in there, gay and drag queen. I'm going to get myself in trouble.
Yeah, I know. This video is going to get taken down.
Amazing. Like that kid that's a drag queen.
Except SJG's slightly more gay.
No, something his streams may take. He may be sort of long-winded. Maybe, I don't know. And the colored girls and the colored girls say.
What's that song?
Downloaded and re-uploaded every 10 minutes. So guys, you guys help us with the chorus here. I think that's a good line. I think we're good on that one. We'll start out with SJG is amazing, like that kid that's a drag queen. Somebody else have a line here for me? Anyone? No one?
Well, just trying to think of drag queen. Obscene? Obscene could be a rhyming word there.
All right, let's put it to some music here and see what happens. Let's see what happens here. Did a stream the other night about salami and Trump. You know there could be a fight. A hellfire missile came from out of sight. Ridge 81 Verge is not 72. All right, it's Frankie, not Franny. Her husky chainsaw is good, but if you piss her off, she's likely to cut off your wood. You could run and hide in the Bohemian. You could run and hide in the old Bohemian Grove, and you might just find Deanie's treasure trove. SJG is amazing, like that kid that's a drag queen. SJG is out of sight. He's trying to stop the war with the US and Iran. There could be a fight. No, maybe not. No.
Well, that's all right. I mean, how long do you want the song to go for?
What's that?
How long do you want the song to go for?
It's not going to be a long song. It's basically just going to be... It's just going to be basically that. I meant it to be a minute to 30 seconds. See how much time goes into writing a quality song, everybody out here that's watching, and we're dropping them like flies right now because this is annoying, apparently. I might have to do another stream after this, so it's just like somebody wants it bluesy. So it could be. It's kind of a rocky southern blues. Sorry. This sounds really shitty through here too, by the way. I'm gonna turn that up.
The guitar sounds not as crisp as it normally is. Why is that?
Oh, I'm distorting the hell out of that now. Well, it's just because I'm playing acoustically through this. I'm not plugged in.
Ah, okay.
I could plug in. I could actually do a little loop on this too, which is Maybe that's what we should do. Okay, hang on a second, guys. Stick with us, all 7 people we have, or 8, 9 people we have watching. Hang on, watch this.
Yeah, well, that did work well the other day when you were working on that that other song with the, I won't bow. What is it? I won't repent of your made up sins. That one, I love that song, and that was great. Just sort of watching you working on that live. And you were using the loop
right here. Oops, it stopped. Why did that stop?
No, won't repent of your made up sins. That one. That was brilliant.
Yeah, I know. I thought. Why is that cutting in and out like that? Huh, hang on a second here. Why is that not? Oh. There, synchronized.
Yeah, I don't play the slide trombone in public though, mate. Sorry, Tyler.
I gotta do this real quick. I gotta save this and reopen it. Okay, so actually though, what I'm gonna do here is try something while everyone is peeling off. Hang on, guys, we're doing something live. Let's see here. See if I can do this.
The song's written, Mark. We're just in the process of recording now, I think. Bit loud and distorted.
Is it?
Yeah.
I can't hear what's going on coming out the other side, but I'm not coming in right here. Oh, I know what I need to do. Hang on.
Yep, no sound at all now.
It's because I turned the mic down.
Ah.
I want to see why I'm not coming through. Why aren't I coming through there? I should have had all this worked out beforehand. It's cutting in and out. What's going on with my...
That ain't sounding good.
No, it doesn't. Oh, I know why.
My nephew says to make a bunch of random noises with guitar while you scream. He listens to noise music. You should listen to punk.
Oh, I bet I know what's happening here. Chord is bad, I bet.
Black metal. Do the angry dog vocal.
Oh, unless there's a limiter on that. If there's a limiter on that, that's what's causing it. We're probably going to lose everybody right now. But it's okay. You know what? I'm going to add a track. Input number 2. Yes. Okay. And I want to do acoustic. No, that's not right. Acoustic guitar. There we go. So sharp chorus. There's something going on,
Yeah, it's peaking, isn't it?
It's coming in and out, huh?
Mm.
So I'm going to end my GarageBand, quit it, and then start it back up. I feel like it's... Okay.
No, I've done a couple of Metallica covers, and they haven't come after me. And I'm sure that Lars and everybody knows about it, of course, because, who doesn't know about my parodies? Anyway. Come on, SJG, what are you doing, bro?
Trying to figure this out.
It's a guitar, dude.
No. Can you hear that?
Yep.
Okay, I don't know. I'm screwing this up.
It's all right.
We had them rolling there for a minute. Because what I wanted to do was do a see, no hands. No hands. Can you still hear that?
Yep.
Sound okay?
Okay. Yeah, it sounds fun.
Okay, so it goes. I did a long stream the other night about salami and Trump could be a fight. Hellfire missile came from out of sight. Rico 81, Virgin's not 72, alright. It's Frankie, not Franny, her husky chainsaw, it's good, but if you screwed it up there. Damn it. I gotta put that up here so I can see it. I did a long stream the other night about salami and Trump could be a fight. A fire missile came from out of sight. Rico 81, Virgin's not 72. Hey, alright. It's not Frankie, it's Franny. Her husky chainsaw, it is good. But if you piss her off, she's likely to saw off your wood. You could run and hide in the neo-bohemian grove and just might find Deanie's treasure trove. And then it goes into SJG is amazing like that kid. That's, oh no, wait. SG is amazing like that kid that's a SJG is amazing.
You can't even get your own name right.
Like the kid that's a drag queen. SJG. We got to change up. I got to change up the chorus. So SJG is amazing. Like that kid that's a drag queen. He does dumbass silly shizness. And he acts like a retarded twig. SJG is amazing.
Oh, that's
like
great,
that
dude.
kid that's a drag queen. He does some funny stuff, it's true. And I don't know what else to sing because his balls are blue. Not exactly.
Perfect, man. That's done.
Not exactly
Brilliant.
what it was going to be, but you guys get the point.
Oh, that was great.
I do want to figure out why this wasn't letting me go directly into here.
Yes, he did just sort of imply that he's a drag queen, but that's okay. We're finding out all kinds of things about SJG that we didn't know, and let's be honest, we probably wish we still didn't. But anyway, it's all good.
Can you hear that?
Yeah, mate.
I'm going to turn this mic off, but tell me if you can hear my guitar.
Yep. No, it's cutting in and out, I think.
And I don't know, maybe it's I wonder if it's my battery is going bad. Ah, that's why. Damn it. My 9-volt battery is dying in my guitar. That's why. So that one is off the.
Oh no, man! Come on, Tyler. We've got to get SJG to wear lingerie for one of these live things.
What did somebody just say that on live?
Oh man! But I've got to be drunk for that one. I couldn't see that side.
Why is that doing that? I wonder if it's my.
Oh man, he's not even listening. He's not paying attention.
I'm trying not to pay attention to you guys right now. You guys are saying rude stuff. It sounds like.
Oh no, we're just saying that we think you'd rock a pretty mean set of lingerie, man. You know, now that you've sort of come out as a drag queen.
SJG is amazing. I wonder if it's my.
And like Desmond, he's a drag queen.
No, so it's not my battery. It's something going on with my. It's cutting in and out for some reason with my auxiliary in. Well, I'm going to give this up in 2 seconds. See, it's cutting in and out for some reason.
It is.
And I wonder why
so it's
that
not
is.
your battery that's the issue then?
No, it's not. It's yeah, it's not. It's yeah, it's something else. I'll have to figure that out later. Well, that's disappointing. I was going to rock a little live. Okay, so we got the basic gist of that song. I'm going to work on that song for Annie and everybody. And he can wear that dress my sister bought me. Okay, so anyways. Okay, so that's basically your lyrics, guys. I'm going to rework the song, and then I'm going to put it up as a video all by itself. But basically, let me just sign it up. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Well, I can.
Okay. Can you guys out in the chat hear me? Where it fits. So yeah, it's going to say something along the lines. I did a long stream the other night about salami and Trump. There could be a fight. Hellfire missile came from out of sight. Rico's 81 virgins, not 72. All right. It's not Frankie, it's Franny. Her husky chainsaw is good. But if you piss her off, she's likely to saw off your wood. You could run and hide in Neo-Bohemian's grove and might just find Deanie's treasure trove, which sounds a little perverted. But then the chorus will go something, SJG is amazing, like that drag kid that's a drag queen. And I don't know, I'll probably fill the rest in on the other side of it. But that is my contribution and my give back to my community that watches my videos. You guys get a silly song written live by somebody that I thought was a much more strong lyricist than he actually turned out to be. But you know
thanks,
what? I was just kidding. You're a fantastic lyricist, actually. There's a lot of pressure when you're writing song on the fly. But
yeah, it is.
Yeah. So, man, we have streamed for quite a long time tonight, man. Probably 2.5 hours.
Oh, really?
Almost 3 hours, dude. We started at like 4. It's almost 7.
Bloody hell. Yep. Oh, yeah, 2.5. It's saying here. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good stream, man.
Oh, that's not bad at all. It didn't seem that long. So I guess that's a good thing. It means we weren't bored off our brains, you know, considering that we came on here with nothing.
We came on here with giant dick. You know what? We came on here with nothing. I got to come on here with a little more of a buzz next time. But we came on here with nothing, and we had a good time talking about stuff. It was maybe we were a little slow off the giddy up, but then we got with it. But we kept all our regulars in here this whole time. Like, I'm impressed by these people. I'm impressed by you guys. To listen to an Australian #1 for that long is like impressive for anybody that's wearing a mask nonetheless.
Asshole!
Asshole!
Do not trust SJG. He is asshole.
Hey, do you think it's 9:42? So Franny, you are on the West Coast or East Coast. And Franny's on the East Coast. Because I know that because it's 6:42 here. So I was supposed to look at my neighbor's vehicle, but I've had a headache. Ended up watching you. That's so good, Mark. I love you, Mark. You're awesome. Wait, Core Spark. He's new. Hey, I just came here to request you could make much noise on your guitar playing random chords while screaming incoherently. Do you want me to play random chords and scream? So you basically want me to do the music that Rational likes.
Yeah, my kind of music, man.
He was raised on doing.
Bit of punk.
It's all distorted now too when I do that. I have to do do like bar. Don't they do just bar chords?
Power chords.
That's almost too like. That sounds like a little like. Da 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 da. Who sings that? That's the chord progression to that one punk song, and I was just faking it. What is that song? You know what song I'm talking about? No? Of course you don't.
Nah, man. Oh, look, it's kind of vaguely ringing a bell, but not quite getting there.
Random chords that don't make sense. I can't even play random chords that don't make sense because my fingers don't do it. Rational's kind of gay. No. Rational is kind of gay. He's taking it in the hey, hey, hey. He likes to roll around and play with things that
Oh, now you're ripping on me, dude.
every day. But he cannot help it because he's Australian. And they aren't the smartest crew. Yes, he is an Australian. And he is got his balls that are blue. Cause he likes animals that can kill him. Although 500 million of them have been killed recently in these fires that are burning because of climate change. If you don't believe me, you can ask Greta Thunberg, you see. How dare you?
Talk guitar face, man. Do a lead break with some guitar faces. Get them going.
You what?
Lead break with guitar faces, you know? Yeah, that's it.
I hope Mohammed Aloha Snackbar is not still in here. Because that guy, I don't know if he's still in here or not, but shout out to Aloha. He is a fantastic musician. Didn't know if you knew that or not.
Yeah, I know he's a muso. Yeah, he's a bass player, isn't he? Is that right?
Dude, he's a bass player and a guitar player, and that guy, I mean, I don't think he could probably sing, but I mean, no offense to Aloha Maha Snack Bar, peace be upon you. But he can play the guitar like a mofo, and he can wail on the bass and the guitar. He's really good.
Okay.
No, he's really good.
Yeah, we should get together offline and work on a song and actually do something together. Although,
yeah,
I don't have the capacity to put music up, but you know, I can rock out some vocals or backing vocals or something.
Yeah. No, we should do it, man, for sure. Do a green mohawk like it's a wife's cousin. Tyler, how can you walk after taking 18 inches? I don't know what we got 18 inches Monday and Tuesday. Tyler, that's terrible. That is completely not acceptable to be that crude.
I didn't say got 18 inches all.
And a 357 Hawk, dude. You are in some serious trouble, my friend, if she ever finds out who you are. Jeez, Franny, you have my permission to light Tyler up. Jeez.
Oh, man. Well, funnily, I was kind of thinking something similar. It's like 18 inches. Is it like 3 times 6? Or is that, you know, like, how did that work? 2 times 9?
Yeah, it's like,
that's impressive.
I'm going to give you 8 inches of love, 2 inches at a time.
Yeah, exactly.
It may be short, but it sure is skinny. Or,
oh, dear.
Or it may be skinny, but it sure is short.
Oh, man, it must be time to pull the pin, I reckon. It's almost 3 hours now, isn't it?
I know, it is. Like, and we're getting to the point here where it's like we're just knocking on heaven's door. His mind is in the gutter. Call him gutter boy. All right, guys, I don't know what else we're going to do here and talk about. This was just a kickoff to get the fluids. To get the fluids flowing. You know what I'm saying to you right now? To get the fluids flowing, not in a weird Tyler Labine way, right? We're not talking about those kind of fluids. Jeez. We know, Franny, that it was snow. This is just Tyler being a little bit debased. Sorry about that. I'm 6'5", 275. I get out of trouble pretty easy anyways. Yeah, you are. I'm 6'5", not 275. I'm 6'5", about 250. So that's cool, man. You can trust tall people. Tall people you can trust. For the most part. Unless they're not trustworthy. But for the most part, they are.
I'm 6'2" and a bit, I guess you'd say.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, my son, he lives in Florida. No, you know what? I love all these people in here. I mean, we only get, this is rough, and we're gonna grow. I'm not stressing about it. I used to be like, I don't get anybody in my live streams, weenie. I don't care anymore. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna do my streams. I'm gonna do me, not in a weird way. I always say it works. But like,
just when you do you, please don't live stream it, man.
I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna do me good. That's not what I meant. But no, I love just hanging out, and it'll grow. Like I think I lost somebody. Let's check. Let's do a live. Let's do real quick here. I'm gonna put this up here. Let's do a live
a live sub count.
A sub count to see how many I lost doing this live stream. It's probably happened. I was at 703 when we started. Let's see where we're at now. 702. 702. Yep, I lost one. Oh well. It is what it is. Let's see where I lost them at. Yep, it dropped down there. I gained 4 on January 3rd, and I lost 1 today. Or maybe gained 1 and lost 1. Who knows? They screw with this live count stuff, though. You'll gain them and you'll lose them, and then all of a sudden you go back on and you gain them again. It's really weird how that works out. I don't understand how the deal works on that one, but whatever.
No. I had, as I said to you, a while ago, I had a period of time where every time I picked up a couple of subs, I'd lose a couple of subs.
Yeah.
My numbers just stayed at 248. I think it was. And it did that for about 5 weeks or 6 weeks or something like that. It just seemed a little bit suspect. But I'm at the point. I just don't care. YouTube are going to get rid of me soon. It's only a matter of time. Yeah. They could have taken me down by now, for all I know, because I've got songs up there. If Smells Like Cow Farts are my defense of Count Dankula were hate speech, then everything that I've got up there still is hate speech.
Yeah.
Like the latest song that I did about, the Soy Boy Not a Lady one, that would be considered hate speech. So, when they want to take us out, mate, they will
You know what's funny is that for some reason my analytics on my restream doesn't show any of my YouTube. It doesn't calculate YouTube as I'm going for some reason. I got to figure out why that does it. So it's only calculating my. But we had 25 views just on looks like Twitter and Periscope and alone, right? And my YouTube views are at 0. But I know that most of my views have been. Anyway. It doesn't matter. I don't know why I'm saying all this.
Yeah, that's odd.
It's because something is not set up right. So when I start my YouTube, it's not. My restream isn't grabbing my YouTube viewers for some reason. But anyways, yeah. Anyway, Franny's like, I'm 252. Woohoo! Okay. Well, see, that's the kind of woman I like. She's not afraid to tell. She's probably like Nordic. Probably got that Nordic blood in her, which is hot, which is cool. My wife's 5'5", I'm 5'11". Man, we just got into like telling everybody how I have a 76 Yamaha FG 160. I used to play BC Rich mainly, but recently bought a couple of Squire basses, a short scale so Justin Hampson is a guitar player, is a musician among us. I tried using the music app on Android to learn. Can play a bit of Love Me Tender. Dude, just keep playing, Tyler. That's how it is. Funny story, and then we're going to probably cut out of here. I learned to play guitar when I was in YWAM, Youth with a Mission. It was a Christian organization. It is a Christian. I don't know if it's still around. Back in the day, it was a Christian organization. I went over and I spent 6 months in Belarus. No, not Belarus. It was in Latvia. I spent 4 4.5 months in Latvia and about a month and a half in Belarus, Russia. I got mugged in Russia. That was interesting. But anyways, I had a guy over there. I played saxophone. I play saxophone. You guys ever heard me play sax? I'm so rusty. Let me pick it up because I'm a little drunk right now. I'll pick it up.
I love sax.
So I play saxophone. I had first picked
hardcore sax. Love it.
I first picked this thing up 2 days ago. I have not played in 2 years. Gotta take my nicotine patch out. I've not played in 2 years. So I'm really rough. I'm terrible right now, but it sounds so bad right now. I'm really bad right now. Whoa! I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. Anyway.
That'll be a lot better when it stops hurting. That was a great line.
I'm tying that all into a story. I'm a little tipsy right now, so that's why you guys got that quick little, Anyways. No, I don't play the rusty trombone. I play the saxophone. I used to play, anyways. I tried using... Anyways, so I had a friend of mine. I was like, I want to learn to play guitar because I always would write songs, but I didn't know how to sing, I would sing, but I didn't know how to play guitar. So he taught me how to play guitar. And for those months that we were together, we were in a communal living, so bunk beds next to one another and whatnot. And I would sit there trying to play guitar. He taught me 3 chords, and I would just murder those chords. Every break we got, we would go and sit down, and everyone was just getting 15 minutes of rest. I would just murder these chords and trying to play, and he just got so mad at me. He was like, why did I try to teach you how to play? Anyways, my point in saying that, Tyler, is stick with it, man. So it's my favorite sax player. Yeah, so just stick with it. Play those apps, or play with those apps and figure it out and keep with it, man. Just keep with it.
Or do what I did, and just don't bother about learning to play and join a punk band.
That's true. You could just do that too.
Yeah, that's what I did. I picked up a guitar and I started writing songs. And that was my thing. And they were only punks, so it's not like it was hard.
I know.
So I've never learned to play guitar, but I've written a heap of songs.
All right. Well, guys, we are coming to the end of our SJG Perspective first stream of 2020, which we killed, by the way. This was amazing.
I think it worked well.
I did work well. It was fun. We're going to do this once a week. Rational, are you going to be available on Saturdays mostly? Or your Sundays?
Not sure, mate. Not sure. Probably maybe every second one. It kind of depends. Yeah, like yesterday, as I say, yesterday I pretty much slept all day. I just barely got out of bed because I'm just so flat out busy, and because it's stinking hot and smoky around here. You just, you're like death at the end of the day. So I can't sort of promise anything, but I will certainly try to get on because I do enjoy doing the live streams, and it's my sort of R&R. It's a bit of downtime doing this.
We enjoy you doing the live streams too. We enjoy you here, don't we, everybody? Don't we? It takes a little.
Oh, no one's saying anything.
Don't worry. There's a delay. There's a delay.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. No, it is. And I have not been. I just recently, in the last couple months, picked up my guitar again and really started because I was so focused on streams for the last year that I didn't do anything musically. That's why I was bummed that I thought I had it set up to where I could do my music, foot pedal and all that. I'm going to start doing some streams where I have music that is already kind of worked out. And I'm just going to do live streams. We're going to come on. I'm going to play some songs. Maybe then I'll have a few things we'll talk about. I'm trying to figure out a format where I can incorporate doing some music and humor and free flowing. And I don't know. It's hard to figure out the format. You don't know what works, but I don't know.
No, but it doesn't have to be a particular format that you use all the time. Like the stream that you did where you were working on that song, the I Won't Repent If You Made Up Sins. That was brilliant. I really enjoyed that one, sort of listening to you going through the process of writing that.
Thank you. Yeah, that I have.
And it's a great song too, by the way.
By the way, I could pull that up real quick. The most recent version of that. Let me pull that up real quick. I think maybe some people have heard it, maybe not though. The most recent version, mixed version, you have heard it because I sent it to you, Rational, in the Discord. Yeah. Hey everybody! By the way, let me copy and paste this again. Guys, join everybody in here. If you're not in our Discord, I'm going to put this link up in the chat. Guys, go join our Discord, man. Me and Rational, we get on here all the time. You can always talk to us on Discord. We see it. So join the Discord channel. If you don't have Discord, join it. But let me go find this one real quick. It's right here. I can play it for you. I can play the most recent version. It's still not completely done. My vocals, I got to record. I got to re-record the vocals on it. But it's my vote. I've been sick, so I haven't been able to do that. But here's the most recent version. Wait for it. Wait for it.
It's not as loud as I remember it being. This is a Marcel Marceau version of the song.
Here it comes. This is my most recent version of, I think I'm going to name the song Believe.
You're taking truth programmed to lie. It makes it easier to watch your logic die. You won't be told
it's about social,
the
social culture we're in, and
for your
can't hear you, dude.
disease
Okay.
you'll gladly fight. You're freely giving them your mind. Swallow the poison pills that left for you to find. They seek and you don't try to hide. Your will now freely given to them, they decide. They decide. I will not bend and need my freedom, will not bow. I won't apologize, this is my song from vow. I won't accept the lies you want me to believe. I live my voice in truth and my thoughts will stay free. They will stay free. Confusion reverberates.
I did the reverb there.
You practice projecting on me.
I like that bit.
Yeah.
Your reflection you don't recognize. You climb the ladder of identity to win that sacred prize.
I want to redo the vocals though.
I will not bend and need my freedom, will not bow. I won't apologize, this is my solemn vow. I won't accept the lies you want me to believe. I live my voice in truth and my thoughts will stay free. Yeah, my thoughts will stay free. Your truth is a construct that you create, a tool you will to silence and to castigate. You now become what it is that you so despise. You're trapped inside your empty thoughts, behind your little mask of lies.
I have Antifa coming in right there.
You demand from me, come and worship at the altar of adversity. You better think right or it is blasphemy. Self-censor what you say, apologize to me. Well, I won't give up and I won't give in.
Give in and I won't pretend to be made of this. How's that bit?
Yeah.
Do you fight virtue when you made her pay? Won't give up, won't give in.
Won't give in.
When you made up sins, won't accept to capitulate to your fake virtue when you made up. Will not bend or need my freedom, will not bow. I won't apologize, this is my solemn vow. I won't accept the lies you want me to believe. I live my voice in truth and my thoughts will stay free. Yeah, my thoughts will stay free. Yeah, my thoughts will stay free. My thoughts will stay free. My thoughts will stay free. Will stay free.
Yeah. Yes, they will. They will stay free. Yeah, this song is really written. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Rational?
Can't hear you over the music, mate.
You can't? Yeah, this song was written about the cancel culture, or, you know, the LGBT, the progressive postmodernism, the culture and society.
Music's still too loud, dude.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Just.
Really? I gotta figure out why my mix is so bad on this. I feel like I'm way loud right now. Okay, hang on. Anyways, that's the end of the song. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Love that song, man.
Thank you. I've heard it so many times. I'm like, I don't know if I like the song. I don't know if it's a good song. I don't know if this is a stupid song.
Yeah, as I said to you before, I'd love to hear that. Yeah, and I won't repent of your made up sin.
Yeah.
To really belt that out at the end.
That's how I wrote. That was the line that kind of inspired the whole song. I didn't start the song with the first part. I started it with I was playing guitar and I found that lick. Oh yeah, it's the wife. She's calling me in. Hang on. Hey babe, I'm about ready to head in. Okay.
No, the whip is being correct.
Carry him in.
Come inside and take your medicine, SJG.
I'm getting made fun of. They're making whipping sounds at me like whoosh, whoosh. They can't hear you. They just see me talking on the phone and they're like,
come on inside and put your dress on.
No, I haven't yet, but I should. They'll be jealous. I will. All right. I love you. I'll be in a minute. All right. Bye. That's funny, Rational. She's like, well, have you showed them a picture of me? My wife is beautiful. She's beautiful. But I mean, come on. Look at this. How should she not be beautiful? Anyways.
I think what you can do when you get some dirt on someone, isn't it? Yeah, you can blackmail anyone to do anything.
Oh man. Hey, you know what, guys? I do got to jump off. I got to figure out my mixing because I thought I'm like blazingly loud in my headphones. So I got to figure out why this isn't all good. I hope I'm loud enough on the stream and everybody could hear me. But anyways, okay. So we are going to be doing one stream a week, usually on Saturdays. I might stick in a couple. For those who like conspiracy theories, I'm going to start really hammering in on some good conspiracy theories and doing those. I don't know if I'm going to do them on this channel because I'm worried about this channel getting taken down if I do that. But Subterfuge Exposure Experiment is a channel that I haven't put any videos up on yet, but I've created. Subterfuge Exposure Experiment. Please subscribe to me there. And then I might even start doing a DIY channel. I don't know, just like a home, like me, because I'm Mr. Handy Fix-It Man, and I do all kinds of. So I'm thinking about branching out and doing some other channels too for fun. But I appreciate everybody hanging out. I love you all. I really mean that. And that isn't just the alcohol talking. All 7 of you that have been here. And you know what? We are going to do it again soon. Keep an eye out for my and please, you guys, you 7 people that are here. Every time I get a video up, you guys are always in. You guys always watch it. Would you please share it out to 5 of your friends on your Facebook, on your Twitter, on wherever you Facebook or you social media at? Share it out for me and push me out and follow me on Parler, BitChute, and DLive because those are places I'm never going to disappear from. And so if I ever do disappear from YouTube, I will be there. Follow me there. DLive is great because we can always stream there. BitChute, I can put up any video and they're not going to take it down. And Parler is like Twitter, but just without the authoritarian bullshit. So it's kind of nice. Anyways, yeah, I think that's about it. Why am I so damn loud in my headphones right now? Like, it's like totally killing me. Okay. All right, guys, I'm going to head out now. I'm going to stop my stream. But until next time, it is SJG Perspective. You guys are awesome. And I appreciate every single one of you. And I will see you guys again soon. You guys have a wonderful night, and we will talk to you later. Bye.
Catch you later, guys.
You guys are awesome. We love you. I feel like I'm distorting.